Yo, what's good? We up in here. What's happening? What's popping? Mr. Wilk in the chat. Coy, what's good, fam? I see you, man. I see you. Miss Brenda, 223 DMR. Slick back. Yeah, what's happening? Hope y'all having a beautiful Saturday. Got Mr. Wilk coming in tonight. Yeah. Hope y'all ready. Hope y'all got y'all questions ready. We're going to see what this brother got coming up. What's in the pipeline? Man, trying to let some more people get up in here. Everybody enjoy all this SHOT Show content this week. Some pretty interesting stuff coming out. Some stuff I'm not that excited about. Some stuff I am. What's y'all's favorite thing y'all seen coming out so far from SHOT Show? Peanut, what's popping, fam? Oh, Slick back. I ain't gonna get on you tonight, Slick back. I'm gonna give you a break tonight, brother. What's up, Dexter Norman? Appreciate you coming through, fam. Yeah, SHOT Show, it seemed like it was pretty dope. I was set up to go for last year. Had my press pass approved, ready to go and everything, and they canceled it. What's up, AK Lover? Good to see you out here, brother. Yeah, Hootie Hoo, what's up, man? That's my partner right there. If y'all don't know, Hootie Hoo walking around looking like a tree. He tall as hell. That's my guy right there. Hot Tub Tony, what's up, squad? Diego, what's happening? I see y'all coming in here. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all hitting that like button when y'all come through. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Rodney Brady, what's up, squad? I see you. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think we got a nice little number in here right now. So we about to get this thing jumping. Y'all ready? Bam.
What's up,
everybody? Yeah, man.
Hey, Dre, how's it going?
Man, I'm good, man. You see the people in here. Y'all say hello to Mr. Wilk, man. Come on now.
What's up, everybody? If you see me glancing down, I'm looking at the chat, so trying to keep up with y'all too. I got y'all on my other phone.
All of them colors still came out. What you talking about? I got on a red and black hat, red, green, and black on a shirt with a black shirt. What you talking about?
What did he say?
You talking about all them colors I still came out.
Oh, it's colors.
Boy, don't make me pull up your family photo with them Furbies again, boy. Don't do that. Man.
How's it going, Hootie Hoo? I see you there in the comments.
Yeah, man.
And Diego.
So what's going on, man? Tell us about you. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know much about you other than you did some amazing, impressive things here lately. So tell us about Mr. Wilk. You know what I'm saying?
You know, like to like that statement right there. You don't know much about me. Is kind of how I am. Like I'm really just I don't go out much. I don't do much. I just stay at home. My brain does a lot of thinking while I'm alone. So that's just how I am. Like you're not gonna catch me out that much. But I'm just a regular guy.
I feel you.
I just got into guns, really. Like, just became my main hobby and my main passion.
So when did you get into the guns?
So I was always into guns from movies, video games, stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's how a lot of people are. They start off that way, movies and video games,
Right.
and they're curious. But then when they get older, it depends on which way it goes. So you could either be on the bad side of it or the good side of it. So
Gotcha.
I got into actual guns, like, owning them and shooting them and stuff like that on my own, because my family was always against guns. They always saw them as a bad thing, and they always taught me that it was a bad thing. But I always, had my secret passion for it. I used to get like little BB guns and little pellet guns and stuff like that. And I used to actually make launchers in my garage, just on my own, like just tinkering around, because I didn't have any other means to express myself.
Right,
What I
right.
mean? So I had to find ways. But when I actually got into real guns was when I joined the Air Force. So
What up,
that's
Joe?
when I first shot a gun, was at basic training. And
Okay.
I fell in love right there. I remember getting, training up on how to break down an M16, how to clean it and everything like that, right? They taught us that way before we actually did the shoot.
Right.
And then when the day came, that's when I was like, my heart was beating. I was so ready for that day. And then when we got to the firing line, like I was excited. But when we got to the firing line, that was my favorite part of BMT too. Like that's all I really wanted. But when I got to the firing line and we were about to zero in the rifles, I was laying down in the prone position, and I took my, got my sights all lined up and everything. They told us we're good to fire, the range is hot. And I took that first shot, and the smoke was just coming out the back of the receiver. And I remember I took a second, even though it was a timed zeroing. It was timed, so I was like, let me just take a second to take this in. And I took a sniff of the smoke. Like I was like, I loved it. I loved it.
Man, there's nothing like that smell.
First time, yeah. And then when I bought my first one, it was like a year after I was in the Air Force, but it took that long because I wasn't a citizen yet. I mean, you can get guns without being a citizen, but that kind of motivated me to get one. But when I got my citizenship in 2012, that's when I decided to get a passport and a gun.
So where were you from originally?
The Bahamas.
The Bahamas. Okay. So you Bahamas.
Yeah.
My godfather's from the Bahamas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I grew up there until I was about 14. And even as a kid, we used to move back and forth a lot. So I lived in Florida for about a year or two when I was really young. I could barely remember it, but I do remember living there. And then we moved back to the Bahamas. And when I was 14 was when we finally moved to Florida to, permanently be in the U.S.
Okay. So how you like in Florida?
It's just nice. The only thing is I don't like the heat, which is why I now live in Virginia.
Okay.
Because that heat every year it seemed like it was getting worse. And like I couldn't take it. I need to be, I still want to be on the coast, sort of. That's why I chose Virginia. And I don't want to be all the way north where they're having blizzards. I want a little bit of snow, not too bad, not too cold, not too hot. And I felt like Virginia was a good spot and still had decent gun laws.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's important. Anywhere I go, they got to have good weather and good gun laws.
Yeah.
I want to shout out your boy real quick, Jay the Shooter. He up in here, Black Poindexter.
Oh yeah. I've been sorry, y'all. I've been chatting my head off too much. I wasn't looking at the comments.
Oh, you
but
good,
what's up,
buddy?
everybody?
So Ronnie Brady said, what part of Florida were you in?
So when I first moved there as a kid, I was in the Kendall Lakes area.
Okay.
Miami-ish area.
Gotcha.
And then I went to high school at Boynton Beach. So I was actually, if LBRY Dan, is he in there yet? I don't know.
No, I hadn't seen him pop up yet.
But yeah, that area is kind of close to Delray Beach too.
Delray, that's where you at.
But that's where I went to high school, and then before I moved here, I was in the Sarasota area.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you done went from the Bahamas to Florida to Virginia after you was in the military, and then
Right.
So you got how long did you stay in the military?
I did 4 years active and 1 in the reserves.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you got
when
out
I was
and went
active.
crazy.
Sorry.
And you got out and went gun crazy.
Yeah. Well, I went gun crazy in the Air Force too, but then when I got out, that's why I went to gunsmith school, and luckily my GI Bill covered it, so that took care of all of that too.
What school did you go
to? Pennsylvania Gunsmith School in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So I lived in Pittsburgh for a while too.
I went to SDI for a while.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but that's the only thing. I've only heard of it. I don't know what goes on there, how the course is actually going. You know, people ask me all the time what SDI,
it's hard
but
as hell.
I have no clue.
Hard as hell.
Yeah.
The work as far as like the labs, which is where you actually do physical work, they were pretty easy. But I was going for my bachelor's or my associates in firearms, ballistics, and science. But the ballistics part, oh my God, that advanced ballistics class, that shit was hard as fuck, bro.
So it is like a physical school then?
Yeah, it's an actual school in Arizona, and then that you can go online. And I was going online, but they do have a physical campus. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you do the physical part of your course?
You did it at your house.
Okay.
So I had to set up. That's where this whole workbench behind me came from. I got that for school. So you had to basically set up a shop at your house, and they would send you the stuff. Like one of your projects was going to be building a muzzleloader. So they sent you the kit to build a muzzleloader. You know, your final project will be building an AR-10, an AR-15, or a 1911 from scratch. But they sent you the stuff to start with. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I didn't know that it was that much involved. Because me, I'm more of a hands-on person. So when I hear online gunsmithing, that doesn't add up to me. You know what I mean? But I had no clue how it was actually conducted.
No, they sent you all the books telling you, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll give you your assignments and stuff, and then they'll send you all the books and stuff that you need to complete the assignments, to know how to do what you're supposed to do. They send you the tools, they send you the stuff to do it with. Like when you do the Kydex lab, they send you the actual Kydex kit to make the holster with. The Hydro Dip lab, they send you an actual Hydro Dip kit. You know what I'm saying? So like
really? They really are involved then.
yeah, they send you everything. So like on the Kydex lab, you need the Dremel and all that stuff. They actually send you a Dremel.
Wow.
Yeah. So like that gunsmithing tools, I got a set of nice gunsmithing screwdrivers. They sent me a big, huge ass box of files, like files from this big all the way up to like this big. They sent me some digital calipers, all kind of stuff, man.
That's cool.
Special
That's cool. I thought that was kind of like a self-paced thing, but they actually sounds like it's pretty good.
Yeah. So Monday, all your work is due by Monday, and then your new assignments. It's due by Sunday. Your new assignments drop on Monday, and then you got to the following Sunday to do them, and then you got quizzes, you got finals, you got midterms, you got all that stuff, man. So it's just like going to school, man.
Yeah, that's how it was for me.
And
at Pennsylvania Gunsmith School, it was like a lot of typical school structure where you have semesters and finals and all that sort of stuff too. But it was all hands-on and in person. So Monday through Friday, I think class started like around 7, it ended at around 3 maybe. But yeah, it was Monday through Friday, full time. So that GI Bill helped a lot. I was still working the week, like on in the afternoons and on the weekends.
Right.
But that all that really did was help me buy more expensive parts.
Right. So is that how you built up your? Is that how you built up your tools to do what you do now?
Yeah, pretty much. Like a lot of the tools, same thing. They gave us a lot of the tools, and they taught us how to make our own tools. So, stock scrapers and chisels and everything like that, we actually made in our first semester. So we made the tools that we were going to be using in our second semester.
Okay.
And then third semester was machining. So they taught us how to use, mechanical manual lathes and mills. And then we made again more tools that we were going to use in the fourth semester, which was making, project rifles and pistols. Like in my case, I did a pistol and a rifle, but it was two custom guns that you had to make from scratch, stock and everything, chambering the barrel, cutting the shank on it, cutting threads for the muzzle, and the crown, like everything.
So they were more in depth than SDI did because they didn't do that.
That's another thing too. Like if you wanted to get into that much detail of it, it kind of has to be at a school, unless you have a lathe and a mill at home, which that's pretty expensive. I don't have any right now, but that's what I'm trying to work towards. But they had stations of, I want to say they had about 7 lathes and 4 mills upstairs, and downstairs they had 2 mills for stock making. So they kept the wood and metal in separate locations because you don't want to have the wood machinery kind of got beat up a lot.
Right.
And with metal, you would have a lot more precise tolerances. So they kept all the equipment upstairs, and only the fourth semester students could use the new machines. Third semester, we had machines that were clanking around. Like, I forgot what they called this one, but it was an old Chinese beat up lathe, and it was like the oldest lathe in the school. And it still worked. It was it measured in millimeters rather than inches, inches like we were normally. But like it still did the job if you knew what you were doing. But everybody tried to avoid that one, and when it ran, it used to clank like dunk, 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 dunk. So yeah, everybody, it still worked. Did its job. They did have like really nice new ones though for fourth semester students. Like the brand was Sharp, and that was the brand of the lathe. And then the mills, I think they're also Sharp, but they had one that was a Jet brand. I remember that one.
Gotcha.
I actually like that one more than the rest. But the Sharp lathes, those things were like Cadillacs. They were smooth. They used to cut metal like it's butter. Yeah, it's expensive. It's like buying a car. If you want to get a good lathe, like a good lathe that has like a lot of safety features that one did, like a foot pedal for you to step on so that you're not like if you accidentally get sucked into the machine, which is a horrible thing that can happen.
Right.
You get like a safety feature that if your foot is off of that bar, the machine will cut off. It actually has brakes that'll stop it. So you're still gonna get messed up, but at least it's not gonna rip you to shreds.
Gotcha. I want to give a shout out to Jack of all trades and $2. What's happening, fellas?
I'm sorry, y'all. I've been slacking on the comments.
Oh, you good, bro? You good? So I'm watching them. Watching.
We have Poindexter in there too. Jack of all trades. Yeah, I see y'all.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's important. So, what did you? So, okay. So your fame here lately has been this doggone Desert Eagle that you turned into a little full auto monster.
Right.
So when were you sitting around and that little devil was sitting on your shoulder like, hey, dog, we're finna take this Desert Eagle and make it spit for real? Where'd that come from?
I think Jay is that devil. Jay the shooter. But so that's really where it came from. I never even considered a full auto Desert Eagle before I met Jay. Because I saw him shooting the 50 GI, his Glock conversion full auto. And then he took me to shoot his 50 Beowulf full auto. And, the two big 50 caliber full autos right there is pretty impressive. Right. But then the most famous, I think, the most famous 50 caliber pistol has to be the Desert Eagle. so when I saw, he had those two guns already, I was like, you need a full auto Desert Eagle. That's what you need. So, he trusted me to work on it. So it took me a while just to figure out what it needed and where to put things, because the gun obviously wasn't designed to do that. So I had to figure out where I was going to put the sear and the trip and everything and all the extra stuff that needed to go on with it. So that was the main challenge. And then once I figured it out, then I started making the parts and, test firing them. We actually had the first time we tried shooting it didn't work. I was so discouraged. But at the same time, I was kind of expecting it because it was kind of crude. And it was more of like a proof of concept. And I just wanted 2 shots. That's all I wanted to make sure that it would actually work. But I couldn't get more than 1 shot out of it. But then that actually taught me a lot of things that I wasn't expecting. And then once we went out the second time, it still had a little bit of issues, but I was able to fix it on the spot. And then that's when you see all the videos of us shooting. The first videos that you see of us shooting, that's from that fix. And the rest is history. It was just the first time was like my main learning experience of what I had to redo. So and I'll put some pressure on Jay right now. He has the videos of the first time, but he's taking forever to release it. So Jay, if you're watching, release those videos. Because like the first time when it worked, when I only did get 2 shots out of it, and but that's all I had in the magazine was 2 shots because it wasn't working before that. But when it did work, you could see the excitement on my face, and I'm like, "Oh, you saw that? Because I knew what happened. That was the first time ever a full auto Desert Eagle. And then, like I said, I made more tweaks on the spot, and then made it work.
Now, who was the first one to actually shoot it?
I was. Jay says they're coming. Okay. I was the first one to shoot it because if something went wrong, I didn't want anybody else, I didn't want to get anybody else hurt. Right. So the first time we shot it, I had gloves on. I actually brought some Kevlar. It's not a full vest, but I bought some Kevlar just in case it blew up. So I was prepared, and I knew it was a stupid idea, but I was still trying to be as safe as possible. But once I took the first shots, I was like, okay, and it seemed to be all right. And then when I got a full mag through it, I trusted it a lot more. And then I let Jay shoot it, and then there's footage of him shooting it out there too. And then Gun&Unkut was the third one to shoot it.
Oh my God, right there.
Yeah. I like Gun&Unkut. He's my guy too. But he was the third one to shoot it. And he was the first one to go viral with it. Because his video, he posted it on Facebook and like a couple of other places. And it got like crazy views on Facebook. I was watching that mainly. I was like, geez, like I didn't even know. It just came out of nowhere. And then, this right here, what you're pulling up is the first time it did a full mag.
The first time it did a full mag?
Yeah.
So for y'all that have not seen this full auto Desert Eagle, if there's anybody in here that has not seen it, this is what we talking about.
Yeah, this clip right here is the very first time it did a full mag.
Man,
That's it.
can I have
it? You gotta ask Jay for that. Yeah. But yeah, I was super excited when it actually ran, and then I got more comfortable with it. So I know that grip is kind of close to the muzzle, so that's why I wore gloves at first. But then I saw my gloves are fine. There was no heat, problems or anything like that. And where that grip is also close to where the piston is on that gun. So all the gases are coming out the sides of there too. But where the grip actually is, if you're holding it right, you don't get any of that heat. Everything's fine. Like a lot of people are worried about that, where the placement of that grip.
right?
But that thing is on there solid. It's Loctite. The screw is Loctited that's holding it on. It has two Picatinny lugs that hold it in place, and then I bedded those lugs so there's no chance of that sliding around. The tiniest gap that's between those lugs is actually filled in. Okay. So yeah, that thing is on there solid.
Yeah, because when I first saw it, I was like, "What if that grip comes loose?" Jay said he was scared when y'all first shot.
I was scared too. I was scared too. I didn't know what that was gonna do. But like, if you don't go out and try things, then nothing's gonna happen. Like, imagine the Wright brothers if they never decided to fly a plane. That's the craziest thing in the world. You're gonna go up in the sky in a big machine, right. And they did it, and now we have planes.
So, Caleb said, "Could you imagine that gun with a drum?" Man,
I know. I actually tried to reach out to ProMag to try and see if they would, because they do a lot of that kind of stuff. Like they do drums, even though their reliability isn't that great, they're still willing to make crazy ideas, So I reached out to them thinking maybe, hey, can you make a mag for this? But they weren't on board. And I tagged Checkmate. They actually make the magazines for Desert Eagles. Mm-hmm. I tagged them in a video because I have an extension that I'm working on, but that's giving me issues. So I kind of got relaxed on that one.
So since you're a gunsmith mm-hmm. and you're making these parts, that means I know you got your FFL and stuff. So
I'm on Jay's FFL. I'm a responsible person on his FFL.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you can go ahead and could you, like, down the line start making your own receivers? Maybe come out, build your own pistol or something?
Yeah, that's actually my plan. I do want to have my own designs, like not a copy of someone else's design. I want to have my own designs from scratch, absolute scratch.
It's coming, brother.
Except those machines are expensive.
Yeah, they're expensive, man.
Yeah, but when I am able to get one, I'll start with a mill, a vertical mill, and I do have a design for a pistol. That's my first design, but I have a lot of other designs too that just I can't do yet.
Right.
Yeah, that is my plan.
I can see you and Jay building some crazy shit, man. Mm-hmm. I can already see some crazy shit coming out of y'all too, because if your brain could work like that, just based off the fact he already had 2 different types of 50s and 4 auto, mm-hmm. and then y'all put y'all heads together, he already a little monster in the brain, and and you sitting over here in the house just chilling and thinking. What the hell come up?
Yeah.
I would love to get with y'all, man, and just come up with a project and do something crazy and shock everybody. Mm-hmm. Just do a caliber that nobody would expect somebody to do.
And that's another thing. I do have calibers in mind too.
Yeah. I already mm-hmm. got 2 calibers in mind right now. Well, one in particular, but I do have another one in mind. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll tell you about that.
Yeah. Later.
yeah, I'll tell you about that. What's good, Ben Shooting? You got.
I'm gonna look at the comments
in the
right
building.
here.
G.R.A.V.I.T.E.E says they do have an extended magazine for it.
For Desert Eagles?
Bug. Yeah, he said they do have.
If you could send the link, send the link, I'll try to get it, because I am working on the one that I have, but like I said, it's just giving me issues, and I kind of just put it on the back burner because I'm working on some other projects too. So I didn't want that to hold me up. But if there is already an extended or a drum, like I doubt there's a drum, but if there's an extended mag for a Desert Eagle, let me know because I want to shoot it.
Yeah. So are you coming to Nashville?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it bring some 50 AE. Anybody out there who's going to Nashville, bring some 50 AE because that stuff is expensive.
Yeah, I'll see if I can grab some.
Yeah.
If I can grab a box or something. I think we got it. No, we don't have none at the shop right now. I'll see if I can get my hands on some. I think we can get it.
But I did also convert it to 357 Magnum, because the Desert Eagle, you could change it to 44 or 357 or 50. And the 357 Magnum holds 9+1. So you get a little bit longer burst, but it's still super short.
So how does the 357 Magnum, did it run better than the 50, or does it run about the same?
It's not as reliable. I did have problems at first, but that was until I realized that the extractor spring was damaged. Because the extractor springs on those guns, they're not metal springs. They're actually just little rubber resistor like pieces. They're just like little rubber things. Okay. And it was damaged. It was like, I don't know what chemical got onto it, but it disintegrated and turned into mush. Like, it wasn't rubber, it was just melted. And it wasn't heat, it was just chemicals destroyed it.
Like chemical damage.
So, yeah.
So,
but yeah.
Are you going to try the other calibers of the Desert Eagle as well? Because they come in what? 45?
Yeah, we tried the 357, but I don't have a 44 barrel. So if I'm actually trying to bug Magnum Research a lot to release the 10-inch barrels again, because they used to have 10-inch barrels, and like a long time before that they had 14-inch barrels. But I just want the 10-inch barrels, I'm trying to bug them about that, but eventually I'll get a 44 barrel too to try it on it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Man, that would be crazy to have a full auto 44. Yeah, that thing's gonna slap. Now, I've gotten into this 10 mil bug. I got the video I just dropped yesterday was that Smith & Wesson M&P 10 mil. Love that gun. And then I got another 10 mil back here in the cabinet. And it's a piece of shit. Well, I ain't gonna say it's a piece of shit because they actually run really, really good. They actually run. But I don't know if they'll be able to withstand full auto. Even though it runs good in semi-auto, I don't think it can hold up to full auto. I mean, I would be okay with trying.
Yeah.
And that would definitely be an internet breaker. It'd be a very first ever on the internet.
Which gun was it? You said the second one?
It's a 10 mil high point carbine.
Oh. From what I hear, the carbines are better than the pistols. From what I hear,
they are way better. But I don't know. I still don't know if it will hold up to full auto.
It might. It depends on. I don't know what the action type that they're using on it, but depends on that. Like, if it's made to run semi-auto, usually it can run full auto just fine, unless the materials that are involved aren't designed to withstand the heat. So, I know their pistol slides are not steel. They actually use like a zinc alloy for their pistol slides, and that's why they're so massive, because it has to be thick for it to withstand the pressures. But you can actually melt their slides in fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've seen them
Like,
take some
Iraq veteran, he
punishment
did
too.
that. What's that?
I've seen their guns take some punishment too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any experience with it. Besides, I did work in a gun store, and I handled them, and they just I don't know why. I know why some people buy them, because it's a throwaway gun. You know, it's cheap enough to use it and then throw it away.
Yeah.
but I wouldn't spend my money on it.
$2, so we was thinking the same thing.
What was that? What did he say?
Making that full auto high point carbine.
Oh yeah.
I'm down to donate. I'll donate the gun if you want to try it.
Send it to Jay. I'll take a look at it, or I'll see it in Nashville. I see Tackleberry Bug in there too. What's up? Did you see that video he posted about shooting up in the air? Like, a lot of people need to see that video.
Yeah, because they need to stop shooting the damn air. You know, that bullet got to come down sometime. Right. Somewhere.
So yeah, I shared that one. So like trying to spread the word, but I mean, I think everybody should know not to do that, but people still do it.
You would think people would know not to do it, but they still do. They definitely do.
Yeah.
So is there any other guns that you have that are already out there on the market that you want to get your hands on and work magic with?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say which ones though. Not yet, not until they're done, but you'll see it when they're done.
So you already working on something. You already got something in the lab working up. I see you. You. Yeah. Shit, I'll be your Huckleberry. Call me when you need a tester.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come
through. Yeah, there are a couple of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because everybody has
anybody else you working with?
What's that?
Anybody else you trying to work with and do projects with?
Not really. I mean, whoever's willing. I'm just kind of, I'm not really like a, I work a full-time job besides, guns.
Right.
And I'm just a normal guy who has a camera and uploads on YouTube. I don't try to, exactly work with anybody. Jay happened to be in my area. We're actually like really close. His office is like really close to where I live. And, I reached out one day and he gladly, took me in. That was pretty cool. So I appreciate him for that. But besides Jay, if anybody wants to collab, like that's fine with me. I don't mind. Like, I'm down for anything. I'm just having fun on here, I'm just having fun on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube is fun, man. I mean, when I got into YouTube, I just got into it to make a video for a gun that I had bought, and I couldn't find no videos on the gun. So I was like, forget it. I made my own. And every once in a while, I throw something up, and then finally, a couple years ago, I said, forget it. I'm going to start taking this serious, and I started building a brand with it and going from there. So what got you into YouTube, that YouTube aspect of this? What made you do that?
Yeah, I'm not as serious in it as I should be. But what actually got me started, my very first video was a year before I really decided to sit down and start recording videos. But it was on a Daniel Defense 18-inch. Oh, sorry, was it? No, it was. It was Daniel Defense barrel. I wanted to do a review on it, like an unboxing kind of review, because I was trying to decide what barrel I was going to use for my build, one of my builds. And I know Daniel Defense has good barrels, but I wanted to see it. I wanted to see what it looked like and, get a good close-up of it, check what quality what kind of machining they did with it, Right. And there was nothing, like you said, there's nothing out there. So my very first video was just a review on the Daniel Defense 10-inch barrel, and it was really just a close-up so you can take a look at it. So you can look at the crown, see how they cut it, take a look at the chrome lining of the bore, what the feed ramps look like, if they're polished well or if it's, rough machining. and the gas port on it, so you can have an idea of what size the gas port is, because none of that information was really out there, and I just wanted people to be able to see it. So that was my first video. But what got me into really talking to the camera, showing guns, and uploading shooting videos and stuff like that was GHG. Because I was watching him when he was around 40,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was like, oh, this kid, he's kind of cool. I like this kid. And I would watch it every once in a while, because I don't just jump straight into subscribing. I'll watch it to see how I like the channel.
Right.
And when I subscribed was when he was kind of talking about God and how he like because he's pretty religious, so like
right.
when he's talking about that and promoting illegal, gun ownership, I was like, yeah, I like this guy. I'm gonna subscribe. So I subscribed, and then he posted another video about getting into YouTube, and he said, like, if you've been thinking about it for a while, just do it. Just get on the camera and start talking. And then I actually put in his comments. I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna I'll upload my first video tomorrow. So the very next day, that's when I made my first video, and then I uploaded that, and then I did like the gun collection video, which everybody does, So I did the gun collection video, and then it kind of took off from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, GHG, man. RGG turned me on to him, and because I had never heard of him, and he turned me on to him, and so I watched a couple of his videos, and I was like, young kid, you know what I'm saying, goofy,
right?
But he was cool, you know what I'm saying, and so I just started watching him more and more. Like, man, dude's silly, man, but I respected the fact that he was a young dude, and he was out here promoting having firearms in a legal manner,
right,
in a positive way. And, he was always repping, you know what I'm saying, God, and, thanking him for what he had or whatever. Just like you, pretty much. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to him. And I just kept watching, and he just keeps getting better and better. I see him getting more and more serious with it. And he's teaching the RE, and, they're growing, and they're going to have a baby. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, man, he's doing his thing out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of little homie. And then I followed Jay for a while. I've been following him for a minute. And actually, I was watching his videos, and I thought I had subbed him. And then I was like, man, I ain't seen him post nothing in a while. And this was when we would be on RGG's live. And I went in, I was like, damn, I got unsubscribed. So I resubscribed, so I had to go back and catch up on some videos and stuff. But Jay, he was the first brother that I saw on YouTube with full auto stuff like that. And when I first saw it, I had never seen a brother that had full auto stuff and it was legal. And so I'm watching the first video, and I think I want to say it was his birthday or something. He was celebrating something, and he was shooting his 19X, I believe it was, full auto.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this dude got them switches. He done got this wish switch on his gun. He finna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this dude here wilding out. I was watching, and I was like, oh, he legal.
Yeah.
Like, that's dope.
My first video I saw on Jay the Shooter's channel was when he was talking about getting FFLs, how to get an FFL and SOT. I don't know if I can match his energy, Jay. but yeah. His first video, Jay's first video I saw was the one on FFLs and getting the FFL and SOT and all that. And I was like, oh wow, like okay, so he's actually putting out material on how to get one. He's not just saying, oh, I got an FFL and SOT. Watch me have fun while you do nothing at home, But he's actually showing people how to get through the process. And he made a course on how to do it. So that's when I first learned about Jay the Shooter.
Okay.
And then from there, it was RGG's one of his lives, or it was somebody's live stream.
It was
And I want
RGG.
to say RGG, but he it was like a panel with a couple of people in there, and I saw Jay the Shooter, and he said he mentioned where he was. He said Virginia. I was like, oh really? What part of Virginia? Ask Jay. I was like in the comments trying to get the attention. Like, ask Jay what part of Virginia he's in. So, and he said like just send him a message on IG. And then when I did that, he actually responded, and he told me he was like close to where I was. I was like, yeah, man, no way. So that's when we first linked up. And then from there, it just grew too.
Yeah, your channel is growing too. You at what, 12,000 subs?
Near 12,000. And yeah, so honestly, it's because of that Desert Eagle. Because I've been slacking a little bit. Like I said, I work full time, and I'm not as serious as I should be with YouTube. But I've been slacking a little bit. But I haven't even been posting videos. I'll post like a little bit here and there, and then that Desert Eagle video though, that for a while there, I was getting like thousands of subscribers a day. I was like, what? I didn't even do anything.
Yeah. Hey man, it don't matter how you get them. It's the fact that they're there. Now you just got to do your part to keep them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm slacking, but the other thing too is the other reason why I'm slacking is because what I'm doing is more hands-on and more time-consuming. Mm-hmm. So I can't do what I do, like, taking the time to think out how to make a full auto Desert Eagle and also make videos. And I'm working on another project right now, so I'm kind of like distracted from making videos. But when the product comes out, then I'll make the video on it.
But sometimes it's cool maybe to make a video updating people, letting them know, just kind of tap in, keep yourself in the algorithm.
Yeah.
And you can tell them you're working on a project. You don't have to tell them what it is necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Or just do some other type of content, some other type of content to fill in the gaps. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Do some gunsmithing videos talking about, gunsmithing and stuff like that. Because there's other people out there that might be interested in gunsmithing. Mm-hmm. For a while there, I was doing videos on gunsmithing tools that I was getting sent in from SDI. So I would do like unboxings and show the tools and stuff like that. So and people appreciate those videos, especially new students going to SDI. They're doing research about the school. They appreciate those videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so definitely. Especially if you're going with. Yeah, I do want to make more gunsmithing videos because that's kind of where I was going with it. I didn't want to just make shooting videos. I actually wanted to give out tips. A lot of what I posted earlier when I first started was, I call it gun tips. Just, teaching people different things, like how to polish stainless steel properly without it washing out the edges or lettering, that kind of thing. Right. And I do plan on making more of those videos, but like I said, it's time consuming and it's expensive too. Yeah, I'm just making excuses right now, but I will get more into it. I will get more into it though, so I'll be coming back when I get finished with this next project. I'll try to sit down and make more content, but
I'll try and stick to a schedule of about one video a week. Sometimes I'll drop two. So I got one in the pipeline that I ain't even dropped yet. You know what I'm saying? And I've already got 4 already on deck, ready to go live. So I mean, I try and record. Like I'll go out to the range to record. And when I go and record, I try and do at least 2 videos every time I go out. One week, I went to the range, and this was back right after I moved. And I filmed so much content in like 2 days that I didn't have to record a video or do anything. I recorded and uploaded so many videos. They just ran out like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And this was back in like October. And those videos just ran out.
I actually do have some recorded videos like reviews on different parts and things like that. But I haven't posted those yet. I've been sitting on them for a while actually, and I think it's because I want to redo them, but I don't know, I just haven't edited them yet. So yeah, I know what you mean. Like having some backup content is pretty good. It's convenient, especially when you do like a bunch in one day and you know you're set for a while. So I do want to get back into it, back in the swing. But I'm looking at the comments right now.
And that's something
AK
that I
Lewis
do.
said
Like,
DHG is down to earth.
oh yeah,
Say again?
he's definitely down to earth. When we met up in Houston, I realized, you know, he's actually off camera. He's really, really tame and quiet. Yeah, he's really quiet. He just be chilling, like back off in the cut. Matter of fact, you'll see in my video from Houston when I was messing with him and stuff, he was just kind of like reserved. He was like, man, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't like really. He's not really that animated off camera.
Right.
But once that camera come on, that energy, it's like somebody flip a switch and that energy kick in. He's on. As soon as that camera cut off, he's like, "What's up?"
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Like I've seen it when he does videos with other people. Sometimes you'll see where he kind of backs off a little bit and lets the other person do their thing, and he's just like, "I'm just here." so I can see that. And a lot of YouTubers are like that. A lot of people in front of cameras are like that. They're just, you know, when that, just like you said, when that's when they flip the switch, that's just them coming on for that camera. Like Michael Jackson, same way. You know, he didn't like being out there, but when the camera was on him, when it was time to perform, you know, it is big superstar Michael Jackson. So a lot of people in front of cameras kind of are like that.
Me, I'm pretty much the same all the time. What's up, Alan White? But yeah, I'm pretty much the same all the time. If you meet me at the store or whatever, I'm the same dude, man.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way, but sometimes I do get camera shy, and I'll freeze up.
I can see that,
especially because I'm talking to myself. Like when I'm recording a video, I'm talking to myself. I can't get over the fact that I'm talking to nobody. Yeah, like right now I'm okay because I know I'm talking to you and everybody else in the comments. Like I can see people are responding, but when I'm just talking to a camera and I'm trying to show you a gun, it's like, oh, that's why I'm usually behind the camera, because at least I'm looking at what I'm trying to show you. Like a lot of my videos are me showing just my hands, is because I don't want to look at my own face.
Yeah, man. When I get in there, when I'm talking to the camera and I'm recording, what I do is I look at the camera and I literally talk to the camera like everybody is sitting right there in front of me. Like we talking right now.
Yeah.
And I just set the camera up and I do one take videos.
Really? You should see all my bloopers, man. I'll get like 20 videos of bloopers, me just trying to start up the video. Like just trying to, that's the hardest part for me, is getting it started. I'll sit there for like an hour of me just going up like, nope, delete that, delete. No, I messed up, delete. And I'll just, you know, once I get rolling, then I'm kind of like, okay, I'll just keep going. And even if I do mess up, I'll just either delete it or either edit that part, or I'll just let it go. I'll just keep it in there.
Now, I have to mess up really, 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 really bad to even edit it out or even re-record it. Like I have to, because I'll record a video, and as I'm editing, I'll go back. I'm watching it as I'm editing because I'll drop the intro, drop the video, drop the outro. Then I'll go through and watch everything. Then I'll go back and I'm like, all right, so I'll go through my music and I'll just start grabbing songs and throw songs in there. And then like if it's somewhere, like I got a little shooting footage that I want to pop up in the corner, I put that in there and I'll do everything I want to do to it. Then I'll just sit back and I might watch it. Like even after it's uploaded, I may watch it like 3 more times. just to see if there's something I want to change as far as like music or something like that, or some sound
Yeah.
adjustment. But as far as the actual video itself, one take.
Yeah.
I'm not unless it's absolutely just jacked up. It's gonna be one take, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I can sit down right now, huh? There's a lot of times I will have a firearm or something I want to do a video on. I will literally sit down, put the box on the table, set up the camera, hit record, and just go.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever come out, come out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
that's
I can't do
watch
it.
my videos. You notice there's not really edits in my videos. It's because it's just one take videos, man.
One take. Like most of mine are one take, but that's after I've deleted the other take. Like it's still one full clip. I haven't mashed together anything really. It does happen sometimes. I do mash together some things, but it is one go after I've done a lot of messing up. But,
So
and that's another thing. Like it takes so long. It's so time consuming.
yeah, it does, man. It does.
Yeah.
So out of all the guns you own, and this is a question that somebody in the comments had too, Chackerberry. Okay. That's a question that I'm curious about. Well, not even out of all the guns you own, what's your favorite gun? Period.
So my favorite gun is actually the Desert Eagle. Like that was supposed to be my first gun, but they didn't have one at the store I went to, which was on base actually. But they did have a 5.7, and that was my first gun, FN 5.7. But my favorite gun of all time has always been the Desert Eagle. I know it's not practical. It's a crazy bulky gun, but that's what I loved about it, and I love the engineering in it too because it's completely different from any other pistol. So yeah, the Desert Eagle is my favorite, and I did own one for a while, but I had to sell it. But I still have the 357 Magnum barrels, and I have the extra mags and some different parts and things like that still saved up here. But of the ones I own right now, my favorite is probably my FNX 45. That's my bedside gun, and I love taking it to the range. It's really an accurate gun. Like I actually shoot well with it. Like even with it being a 45, it kicks a little bit more, but with the suppressor on there, it kind of keeps it down for me. When I shoot it without the suppressor, it's a lot more flippy, but the suppressor helps a lot. And I love taking that to the range. The only thing is I don't want to get it too dirty because like it's my bedside gun, so I hate cleaning it.
Gotcha.
But I always keep it clean.
Excuse me. So
what was that?
If I said, hey, you don't have no cap, you can spend as much as you want, what would be the one gun that you would go buy?
It would have to be Barrett M107 because if you're paying for it, then I'm gonna get the most expensive thing that I want.
I said money is there was no price cut. So you know what I'm saying? That's fair game.
Yeah.
So shit hit the fan scenario. What's your gun you going with?
Oh, one of my ARs. That's like I don't own an AK yet. I did own one. That's another one of those guns that I did own before, but I had to sell it and I had to get back. Wait, I can't. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, that is gun snobbers core. I give you that. He said my first gun was going to be a DE, but I had to get a 5.7. Sounds gun snobbers.
I had to. It was my first gun. I had to pick whatever I wanted. I was like, oh, I love the I love the Desert Eagle. But when I saw, what I almost got though, because I wanted to get something. I was like, I'm not leaving here without getting something. I almost got a Taurus, and I know how people feel about Taurus. They either love it or they hate it. But at that time, I didn't know much. I didn't know much about it, and I I'm not a Taurus fan, but I almost did get one. I almost got a
I got a
Taurus.
Taurus. Ain't nothing wrong with a Taurus. I got a
But this is
G4.
This is 2012 time.
Oh, that's when Taurus
Taurus
was
back
shit.
then was a little bit different.
Yeah, that's when they was
they're,
shit.
they're okay now. They're okay now, but back then, I didn't know what I was doing. I just saw a gun. I was like, yeah, that looks all right. You know?
Man, people come in
But
our
then-
store all the time, and we got one case that we put the shit guns in, like the Tauruses and Skies, and I'm cool with selling the Taurus.
The
But when they
Skies.
start looking at the high points and the Skies, I'm like, man, look at this over here. But what do you think about that Sky gun? I'm like, oh yeah. But anyway, what about this right here? Like, man, I'm not really trying to talk about that gun, period. I keep trying to pull you over here, but you keep going back to this damn piece of shit.
Right. You know, I said it too. I did work in a gun store, so I know what you're talking about. Like, I know what you mean when you got customers trying to look at this thing, and you don't want to steer them. You don't want to be a snob, but you're like, don't get that.
Yeah, I got in trouble one day because this lady comes up, and she flat out asked me about this gun, and I keep it 100. So I'm standing. My manager was standing like 5 feet away from me, and she's like, "So honestly, in your opinion, what do you think about this gun?" And it was a Sky. I looked at it, I was like, "It's a piece of shit." He's like, "Trey." I'm like, "What?"
Double action only, trigger super heavy. Like, no.
Yeah, I mean, so now I just avoid it. Then I got in trouble because this man called in one day. And there's this one particular gun. I hate selling these son of bitches. It's a little SIG. Is it a SIG or is it a Springfield?
Is it the P2?
It's the 911. No, it's a 911. I think is what it's called. It looks like a little bitty tiny 380 1911. I think it's called a 911. I can't remember if that's a SIG or a Springfield. But anyway, and so the guy, I already knew them guns jam all the time. They jam up for real.
Segregated guns.
So this guy calls, he's like, "Yeah, I got this gun." And it keeps jamming, keeps doing this, keep doing that. And I'm listening. In my head, I'm like, he got that 911 shit. I'm like, so what gun is it? Sure enough, he said, it's a 911. I was like, oh, that's the problem right there. And he was like, what do you mean that's a problem? I was like, that gun's a piece of shit. So he's like, oh. I was like, yeah, I said, those guns, they jam up all the time. I was like, I don't even like selling them, to be honest. So he hangs up. He calls back like the next day and talks to my manager. It was like, I talked to some guy. He told me my gun's a piece of shit and that it jams up all the time, this and that. He said, I didn't like that because I bought it from you. I didn't know he bought it from us. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? So my manager, he's standing there and he's talking about what happened in the conversation with the guy. And he said when he was talking to the guy, he thought it was funny. But when he found out that it was me, I was like, yeah, that was me that talked to that dude. And he just put his head down and started laughing. He was like, damn, that makes it even funnier. Because I can picture you having that conversation on the phone. I'm like, my bad. He's like, you can't be telling customers their guns are shit, especially when we sold it to them. I was like, well, quit selling the motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's how I feel. Like, that's how I used to feel too. Like don't make me sell this because I don't want to sell this to somebody, you know? Like, I'm like you too. I'll be honest. I'll be like I wouldn't get that, but if like, but that seems like I said, I don't want to be a snob either. So if that's all they can afford, then all right, then
it's a $700 gun. But, what do you mean?
No, I'm talking just different guns, like just different in general. But yeah, that too.
If you can afford you can afford a Taurus. I'll sell you the Taurus.
But yeah, like that's it. Like I'll try to steer them in a better direction. But then if they're going for that, then say, okay, if that's what you want. I gave you my opinion on it. You still want it, all right. But I remember one time though, there was a customer and it was right at the peak of COVID, and like guns were selling like crazy. All the newbies were coming in buying guns, right? This one guy, he bought. I don't remember what it was he first bought, but he bought a piece of garbage. And then he came back. He's like, I don't know what's wrong with my gun. And I told him this gun is known to be like picky with ammo. And he was like, why didn't the guy tell me this before? The guy who sold to me, because at that time I was working in the counter and gunsmithing in the back. So I was like, well, he wouldn't have known I'm the gunsmith. I just happen to have more knowledge on this platform. You know, it should run that ammo, but it just happens to not do it. So he took whatever, I don't remember what gun it was, but he took that, he sold it back to us, and then he bought a Glock 44, the 22 Glock. And then again, he had issues with that, because I don't know how they're doing right now, but when they first came out, they were garbage. Everybody was having issues with them.
Yeah, they were having a lot of issues with those.
So same thing. He was thinking, because he's brand new, he's thinking, I've heard of Glock before, like that's a reliable gun, but not that gun at that time. So when he came back, he came to talk to me again, and I'm like, oh man, you went from one gun to another. Just one bad gun to another. So I told him same thing. This Glock is having, like, it's I know it's being sold right now, but it's having issues. Like a lot of people are having the same issues with it. And he got upset about that too. And I'm just like, I'm just a Gunsmith fan. I'm just telling you how it is. You know? Yeah, but he had bad luck twice. He got one gun that was garbage, and he got another gun that he thought was going to be good, but that turned out to be garbage. I felt bad because he was a brand new gun owner, and he's having all this terrible experience with guns, and I'm like, yeah. You know what I think it was? I think the first gun he got was a Kimber Solo, and they have to shoot 124 grain and up. Like, they don't shoot 115 grain. Well,
Kimbers,
you know,
from what I've seen with Kimbers, the older Kimbers are fantastic guns.
Right.
The newer Kimbers are just beautiful. They're not so much fantastic when it comes to performance.
Right. But this was the Solo, the 9mm. They like the I forgot what it is now. They have another 9mm subcompact, but it was like the older Kimber Solos. And same thing, it looks really nice, but it requires 124 grain and up for it to run, and high quality ammo. But he was shooting 115 grain out of it, and I told him, like, that's not gonna work in this gun. It'll shoot one shot, but it may not cycle.
Let me see. What is your favorite brand of? I think he was trying to say AK.
Oh, AK. I've been watching now for a while now, and I kind of like the PSA because they have an FN barrel on it.
Yeah.
But the Kalashnikov USA, I was looking at those two. They were kind of like neck and neck for me. As far as buying one. And I was kind of I like the cold hammer forged of the PSA, but I like the Kalashnikov USA better. Like they built it like a true AK-103. And until recently, like this year, like SHOT Show, they announced it pretty much. They started doing cold hammer forged barrels. And if anybody knows much about AKs, they come with the trip on the bolt for full auto. So it's a full auto bolt carrier group. It's just like ARs. Most of them are full auto bolt carrier groups, but this one has a little notch that typically you'll have to weld that on, but they actually have it on this one, the Kalashnikov USA. So it has the full auto bolt carrier group and the cold hammer forged barrel and a forged trunnion and all the good forged parts that it should have. So now I'm like, okay, PSA, y'all had me with the FN barrel, but now they have a cold hammer forged barrel too. So I think my next one is going to be the Kalashnikov USA one.
As far as the FN barrels go, I think they only put those in one or two particular models of their AKs over at PSA. I don't think all of them have that.
Right. Yeah, not every one of them. Yeah, it was like the.
That's a chrome line barrel too, if I'm not mistaken.
It should be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
What's up, Rich homie? Rich homie Ghost in here. What's up, fam? But yeah,
Oh.
I don't have an AK. I have a KS-47, but I don't have an AK. And I've been thinking about
Mm-hmm.
getting an AK. But if I get an AK, more than likely, I really want the Zastava.
Mm-hmm.
That's the AK I really want. I'll take the PSA one because I've seen them run and they run really
Yeah.
good. But I really want a Zastava.
You know what I wanted before I had my chance though was the Arsenal SGL. I forgot SGL something, but it was a Russian import, and Arsenal, converted it to shoot or to the from the sport configuration to typical AK configuration.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wanted that one because it was actually from Russia, and like that was the real. That's where they're from. I don't want a Serbian or Chinese or American, or I don't want any other AK.
Then a Russian.
Okay, but yeah, that's kind of
Kind of freezing up. There you go. Yeah, I want to get a. I'm gonna eventually get one. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna eventually get one. Right now, I'm working with my KS-47, and I love that thing, man. That thing runs good. I love that KS-47.
am I back all right?
Yeah, you back? You good?
All right.
You having some
Sorry about
Wi-Fi
that.
issues? You got that cricket Wi-Fi?
No, I was getting called. I was getting called.
Oh, okay, got
What was I saying before though? Oh yeah, I wanted the real deal. I wanted the Russian AK.
yeah.
That's where they're from. That's what I wanted. So I missed out on the Arsenal SGL, but now I think the
Come on,
Kalashnikov
man.
USA they seem to be all right. They haven't
I
been
mean,
out long enough for me to really build up an opinion on it.
I
Because
mean,
I like to wait till the gun is out for a while for me to build up an opinion on it, and then
I mean,
I'll see how I like it.
Kalashnikov USA is Kalashnikov. It's just made here in America.
Yeah, but it's not exactly Kalashnikov. Like it's not. It's
They're the U.S. branch of Kalashnikov, so it's a Kalashnikov.
I don't know.
I'll look at it.
I do. I am leaning more towards that though, so I might get that one. But then I'm curious about Krabs Custom. He does a bunch of AKs, and I'm still curious about Arsenal because I want to have a milled and a stamped receiver just to have some variation. I don't want to have a whole bunch of the same gun. I want to actually try different things. But if I only had one AK, it's probably going to be the Arsenal. I mean the Kalashnikov USA AK.
I think you should check out Johnny Snow.
What's that?
I think you should check out Johnny Snow.
Johnny Snow?
He's the AK king. I am Johnny Snow.
Yeah, I'll check him out. Does he do like custom builds?
He builds them. He buys them. He is the king of AKs.
Mm-hmm.
He's got all kinds of AKs. He's all about AKs. That's what his whole channel is built on. Really, it's nothing but AK.
Mm-hmm.
He got some ARs sprinkled in there here and there, but he's an AK guy.
Mm-hmm.
So check him out, man. It'll probably help you make your decision a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll check him out.
Yeah, man. Me myself, I'm gonna go with Zastava. I'll probably end up with the PSA, but I see Zastavas come through the shop all the time, and I'm like, shh, you're killing me, man. You're killing me.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of my coworkers have them, and they love them. I tell you one that I shot that was American made. Tiger Bear said he liked the Romet, or he has the Romet. We had about 10 of them, and we sold them in just about 3-4 months. The Occam Defenses.
What was it?
Yeah, man. American made. They come out of the box, suppressor ready to take a dead air. They ready to take a dead air can out the box, and they run. They're super super smooth. All the functions, man, the safeties, everything just it's really really smooth. That thing is
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. I love those guns, man. But they're like 3,200.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's another thing, the cost. but
So
but as far as AK versus AR, for me, like I said, if I was going into um, SHTF, it would be an AR for me because it's easier to manipulate it than an AK.
man,
They're sharp. Like AKs have sharp corners sometimes, like depending on who builds it, but they're sharp. They're rough. Um, they'll run, but ARs if you they run too. Like they're not as unreliable as people try to compare those two. ARs to me are just as reliable as AKs. If you take care of them and it's a good, decent build, it's just as reliable.
right.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, man. When it comes to sit at the fan scenarios, you know, yeah, my favorite brand of gun is Smith and Wesson. Yes, I do love Canics better than I do Glocks. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, shit at the fan. When I run out of here, I'm gonna grab an AR and I'm gonna grab my Glock 19X
Mm-hmm.
because I know I'm gonna be able to find something if I need to replace something out in the
Mm-hmm.
wild. Somebody gonna be laid up on the side of the road that got yeeted. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
gonna be able to take some of their stuff and nobody done stripped them yet. You know what I'm saying? Glocks, it's a Glock, bro.
Right.
We're gonna find some Glock shit somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm
Anywhere you go, you're gonna find it.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I know
Yeah.
I'm gonna find what I need.
Yeah. Everybody, I feel like every gun owner should have a Glock. I feel like that's a standard, you know? Like it's not the greatest in every category, but it's purely utilitarian. The Gaston Glock, the guy who designed it, he designed like he when he thought about it, he wanted to design a tool that shot bullets.
Hmm.
So there was nothing like he wasn't trying to be fancy about anything with it. That's why it looks like a brick. you know, it's not. It's more utilitarian than anything else. And he before he got into guns, he was actually he used to work with polymers and make different kinds of tools and things like that. So he was more in the mindset of I want to make a tool rather than some a fancy firearm, fancy gun or whatever. He wanted to make a tool that shot bullets and always worked.
Right.
And they do, man. They just run. They run.
Black Poindexter said, "No Glocks here. I refuse." What's up, Red Bull? What's up, Randy J?
Black Poindexter. I didn't know you were that much of a snob, Black Poindexter.
He said, "No Glocks, damn it. I refuse."
Let me see. Is a plastic high point?
Man,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
I'm a Glock fan, but I'm not a huge like Glock fanboy. The only two Glocks that I really want are the 34,
Mhm.
and I did have a Glock. I had two Glocks before. I had a Glock 26. That was my first carry gun. Um, Back before there were a lot more options. That was like the best one that there was at that time. But I had a Glock 26 and a Glock 20, and the only two I want now is a Glock 20. But I'm waiting for the Gen 5 to come out because they only released the 9 millimeters and I think 40s in Gen 5. But I'm waiting for the Gen 5 10 millimeter to come out, the 20, and then I want a Glock 34. I think if I get those two Glocks, then I'm set. I don't need any other Glocks. I'm
Well,
not like a huge Glock fanboy. I like having different platforms.
I need another Glock 32. That's a
Mm-hmm.
357 series. And
Yeah,
then
I see, and that's another thing. I do want to have different calibers too. And if I'm going with 357 SIG, I want that in a SIG. You know, since that's their design.
Well, for me, the thing with the 32 is I'm a 32nd degree Mason.
Oh yeah, okay.
I wanted a Glock 32. And
Yeah, that's a must.
you see by my name, 357 SIG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's reasons behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not that I just randomly want a Glock 32 because I can get 357 SIG and something else.
Yeah.
But that's the one that I want. I want it for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, my collection isn't as big as it used to be, and it's not as big as I want it to be. But I do want to have different platforms because to me, I see them as my library. Like if I have a platform that's different from something else, I can pull it out and I could look at it and read it like a book. You know, that's the way I see it. So I want to have different manufacturers and different calibers for those different guns because I don't want to have just a whole bunch of 9s and a whole bunch of Glocks, a whole bunch of whatever. I want to have different designs because, like I said, to me they're a library. My collection is like a library. I want to read them like a book.
So
have a different book.
I'm fixing to start a spreadsheet with all my firearms on it, all the serial numbers, and all that stuff, and whether they're NFA or not. And that way, if something happened to me, because I ain't a spring chicken no more. So if something happened to me, my family will be able to see, like, okay, this is what he's got. That's this serial number. That's this serial number. You know what I'm saying? This is what caliber it is, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I want to do that to keep better records of my guns, and then also, I want to start diversifying my collection because right now it's basically a couple of shotguns, ARs, and handguns. I need a bolt gun. I need a lever gun. You know what I'm saying? I might get a few of each, whatever. But I want to diversify the collection. And I want to change up the calibers because all my handguns were 9mm until I got this 10mm.
Right.
My ARs, I've got 12.5-inch 224 Valkyrie. I've got 5.56, 300 blackouts. I got 6.5 Grendel, 7.62. You know what I'm saying? I got a variety of calibers, but I want to add some more in there. And I was going through my cabinet the other day. I had 4 lowers just sitting in there. So I'm like, okay, I guess I can't just let them go to waste. So I gotta build something.
Yeah. I have a whole bunch of ammo for guns that I don't even have anymore. Because for a while there, I had to sell a lot of my good guns, man. Like those bad times. But yeah, like I'm slowly building my collection back up, and I think I went a little too far building ARs because I have 3, and I built all of them. The third one has all the parts together, but I'm still waiting until I get an EOTech so that I can. I want to Cerakote everything. So that one's not completely built yet, but all the parts are here. I could put it together if I wanted to, but I want to wait until I Cerakote everything and then But I have 3 ARs, and I went too far because I always said I only want one platform.
3 ARs,
but I
bro. I've got 300 blackout ARs by themselves, just no 3.
Yeah,
I'm looking at a case with 4 in it right here, right now.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's so easy to get into that and then keep going with it because it's so easy to build ARs. So when you start with one, you're like, oh, let me get a different one, and then I'll do this differently. So all 3 of my ARs are all 5.56, but the other 2 are one is more for precision, and the other one is for like getting beat up. Like it's a really like everything I did with that gun is rugged. And then my third one is a shorter because the other 2 are 18-inch barrels, and the third one is a 14.5-inch that I'm going to pin and weld. And that's another reason why I'm waiting to put it together because I want to actually weld it first and Cerakote everything.
Gotcha. Jump in this chat real quick. I got Saint the Realist in here. What's up, man? Deer Meat 2-time TV is in here. And then I saw where I believe it was jack of all trades. I'm at On Target Shooting Sports in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, brother.
Wait, where was I didn't hear that last one. What'd you say about Tennessee?
Where I'm at, he asked what store I worked at. I work at On Target Shooting Sports. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all.
I'm
glancing at. If you see me glance, I'm looking at my other phone to look at the comments too.
Oh yeah, you good, brother. You good.
I've been missing
over here
y'all too.
between screens and everything. So. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't feel like you can have. If I had all the guns that I've had passed through in the last year, I'd be up in a pretty good triple-digit number. But I've let a lot of stuff go to avoid that. I went on a spree at one time, man. I sold a bunch of stuff, man. I sold. I was up heading towards triple digits just in handguns, and that didn't even include none of my rifles and then. So I was like, I got to get rid of some stuff. So I just started just blowing stuff out, man. I saw one dude like 4 guns, you know. I just started blowing stuff out, man, getting stuff out, and start bringing in some new stuff, trying to change some stuff up a little bit. So I've been kind of rebuilding my collection, you know. So I don't want to go over a certain number. So I try and keep a certain number, you know. So I feel like if you got like 200 guns in the house, you asking to have some problems to jump off.
Yeah.
No one go on vacation.
I want to though. I want to one day. The most I had at one time was 15, but I had a couple other ones that I sold. You know, bought and sold. You know, different things. So I'd say total of all the guns I had, I probably owned like 20 something guns. So that's like all the guns I've ever owned. But at one time, the most I had was 15. Now I'm at 9, and I'll slowly get back up there. But one that I did own that was just garbage was a Beretta Pico. You remember those?
Oh man, damn! I forgot about that little ass gun.
That was garbage. Like I wanted it because it was small, and I heard reviews on it, right? So I was like, it's a Beretta. They don't usually put out garbage, and like people are saying that it was. They were just saying it was a bad gun in general. But I was like, you know what? Let me just try it for myself because it was cheap. It was actually pretty cheap. So I was like, let me try it for myself, see how it works out. And when I did get it, first time I took it to the range, the trigger return spring popped off. So I was getting a dead trigger. And I had to keep pushing it forward. And then I looked in it and I saw that the spring was off and I put it back in. And like I was like, I'm not trusting my life with this gun, you know?
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be like I could just slide this in any old pocket and just because I had a LBRY holster for it. I don't know if y'all know what LBRY is. Actually, I got one right here. I'm just gonna show the holster, not the gun. But it's a pocket holster that it clips around the trigger guard, and this right here hooks on your pocket. So when you draw it out, the holster stays in your pocket and the gun comes out.
Okay.
So I actually like these LBRY holsters. Like I use a standard, you know, in the waistline holster most of the time. But if I want to just throw something in the pocket, and if I'm walking around the house, I use that LBRY holster. I just got it in my pocket, and I can pull it out, and you know that's it. Or if I'm wearing a coat and I just want to have my hands in my coat while I'm walking around, I could be walking around just like this with my hands in my coat on both sides. But if something pops off, I could just pull it out, and my hand is on the gun everywhere I go.
Well, see, me,
that holster, you know, I can have it in my pocket. My hand is just in my pocket, but I have my hand on my gun. So literally, if something happens, I got a split second to pull that out, and it's ready to go.
Yeah, see, me,
so I don't have to like pull up my shirt and draw. My hand is already on the gun.
Yeah, so when I'm walking around, when I'm walking around the house I carry my GX4 most of the time, and I carry it in my pocket in one of the sticky holsters.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those. Yeah.
Yeah, so I carry one of those in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody
But yeah,
thinks
those BORI holsters are pretty nice. And what's nice about them too is you can snap it on, but then you could also work the slide still. So if you want to like do it as safely as possible, you can snap it on. The trigger is covered up, and then you can put your round in the chamber instead of it being an exposed trigger while you do that. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit safer.
And that's why I like.
But yeah, I like those BORI holsters.
And you just slide it in the little holster, man, and slide it in your pocket. It pads it so it's not so hard in your pockets. It feels like you got a wallet in your pocket.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I like it a lot. And it's real discreet. You know what I'm saying? Because you walking around, people don't know what's in your pocket. They think you got a phone or a wallet or something in there. They don't know.
Yeah.
Until they mess up and they need some Aggro.
Yeah. But yeah, I do like pocket carrying, especially in the winter time. It has the advantage of you already having your hand on the gun. If you're just walking around with your hands in your pockets, your hand is on the gun.
Would you ever carry a wheel gun?
I would, and the one I do want is actually the Kimber K6S.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I never carried a wheel gun, but I do want one. I want that Kimber K6S. I actually paid for one time, and it was this shady gun store, man. I actually I got my suppressors from them too, and I think that's the only reason I was able to get them was because they're federally regulated. But they closed down the store, and you couldn't reach them because, waiting for suppressors. At that time, it took me 9 months to get mine. So I paid for my suppressors, and I paid for the Kimber K6S. They were all around the same time, like when that was first coming out. And I wanted to have that right when it came out. But I paid for that and the suppressors, and then they closed down, and I was trying to reach them. I was like, and I went to the building, everything was boarded up, and I'm like, what is this? So the only reason I was actually able to get my stuff from them was because the ATF was involved. So when it was time for them to give me the suppressors, they had to. Otherwise, stuff's gonna go down. But I was pissed. I got my suppressors, but they didn't give me the money back for the Kimber, and I actually had to go through my bank, and I told them I bought this. I paid for this thing. They didn't give me anything. They closed down, so my bank paid me back. So I didn't lose any money, but I was so pissed that they just ran off with my money, and they were saying that the owner, they're saying he had cancer, and that's why they were closing the store.
Okay,
but I don't know about that because they had history before with different businesses like cars and other things that they would go into business for a little bit, and then they'd shut it down. Because I did all this research afterwards, after I realized I got scammed. I was so mad. I was all over the group. It was a Facebook group that it was like a local gun enthusiast group on Facebook, and I blasted them. I was like, this guy's dark, man. They took all my money.
Man, you gotta be careful out here.
When I went to pick up my suppressors too, I let everybody else know if they did business with them, they're gonna be here at this time. Go get your suppressors. Go get all the stuff that you probably bought from them, and they didn't pay you back. Yeah.
You got to be careful out here. I got a call today from somebody, and they were getting jerked around by a gun store in their area, and I hate to see that, dude, because we try our best to make all our customers happy at our store. So we don't want anybody upset when they leave. Now, if you just do some jacked up shit, whatever, it is what it is. You're just gonna be mad. You know what I mean? But for the most part, we try and make sure all of our customers are happy. We try and treat everybody fair. Like today, we had a customer that bought a gift card that we couldn't even look it up to validate if the car was even any good anymore because we don't use that system anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So just out of love, we went ahead and just gave them 3 months of range time just to cover, because I think he said he had like $50 on the card or something like that. So we just gave him 3 months of range time. So that's more than what was on the card. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Because we still honored it, but And people will come in, they'll have gift cards that they got when the old owners owned the store 2-3 years ago, and we'll still honor those. We have to go through some hoops and hurdles, but we still honor them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we try and make sure we try and treat everybody right. You know what I'm saying? Try and make everybody happy. You know what I'm saying? You can't please everybody all the time, but you can please most of the people some of the time. So we do our best, and we try and stay competitive on price and stay. We try and stay at or below MSRP.
Yeah.
So people will come in sometime. They're like, "Well, y'all a little bit high," and I'm like, "Nah, bro, we're not high at all." When you go look at some of these other places, we actually are probably some of the cheapest around. Unless it's a big box store, we can't really compete with them. We mom and pop.
Right.
Can't really compete with a big box. And Total Glock, boy, I'm not FFL yet. It's on the way though. I'm waiting on the ATF right now, brother. It's in process. Just waiting. And it took my money, and then I need to give me my paper. That's what I'm waiting on. But it's you know what I'm saying. It's cool, man. And Jack of all trades, where are you at? Because you said you was talking about stopping in and hollering at me. Are you close to me? I didn't know you was in my area. But yeah, it's cool, man. I like dealing with people, working with the public. How do you like working in a gun store?
My thing is I'm not a big people person.
What's up, Brasswater?
I'm not really a big people person, so I never liked working with customers. I was mainly the gunsmith, but I did also go help out at the counter. I loved being in the back while everybody else was at the counter. But every once in a while they would get packed in there and then they had to go help out. But I was never a fan of talking. But I'm talkative right now in this video, but I'm really not a talkative person. When I was younger in school, the teachers used to complain to my parents about me being too quiet in class. And my siblings are all the same way. Like, we're all pretty quiet. My younger sister, she's more quiet than I am.
I would love to be a fly on the wall at one of y'all's family gatherings. Our family is different though. Like, my mother was one of 11 children, so no matter what, our family reunions are always packed, and there's always a bunch of craziness going on. But yeah, my immediate family is a little bit quiet and shy a little bit, but Gotcha.
Yeah.
So are you? What have you seen coming out of SHOT Show this week that's got you like, okay, I got to get that?
What I want to see is that EOTech Flex or whatever it's called, but it's a red dot from EOTech, like a pistol
dot.
Yeah, the pistol red dot, the reflex sight. They just announced that at SHOT Show, and I'm like, I want to see that now because I do have an RMR from Trichicon.
Yeah,
but I hate taking that cover off to change the battery. I got to take the whole thing off, change the battery, and I'd love to be able to just unscrew the top like the EOTech and put it in there. And I think Holosun does that too, but then I don't know how I feel about Holosun.
So Holosun, I've got about 3 or 4 Holosun rifle red dots, and I'm looking at getting some pistol dots, but after seeing what Holosun just dropped at SHOT Show, I'm gonna have to wait and get one of those because they just dropped their new lineup. The red dot is cut specifically for the firearm that you're putting it on. So if it's a Glock, it's cut specifically for the Glock MOS. If it's Smith & Wesson, it's cut specifically for Smith & Wesson. No plates needed, mount straight onto the slide. And they don't have batteries. They have internal batteries, built-in batteries, and they are solar powered and they're solar charged. So those are the ones I'm really interested in. I'm really wanting that EOTech too. I like that EOTech. That was nice.
Yeah.
The price point on it was
nice too.
Yeah.
That window on the EOTech is huge.
Yeah.
So I love to see it.
Yeah, that thing's nice, man. So I don't know, man. EOTech made it hard because when he said the MSRP, and it was like $350 or something like that. I was like,
that's how much?
That's MSRP. That means street gonna be like $300.
The Trijicon RMR, I think, was, I don't remember what I paid for it at the time, but I bought that in 2015. But that was expensive too. I was like, I want to say 4.
Yeah, they're like 4 or 5, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know, man. I'm just not.
But to be honest, I don't know how I like pistol red dots anyway, because it is kind of, you have to get used to it. But I did get used to that Trijicon one. But the EOTech looks pretty interesting because the window is clear. It's not like a tint on it like the RMR has, like a greenish tint. The window's clear on the EOTech, and it's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
You got a lot more view with it. So I'm curious. I want to see what that's like.
I want a red dot on my 10 mil. I want a red dot on my Canic. And I kind of want to get the new Smith & Wesson, the Shield Plus and 30 Super Carry.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that too.
So
I'm curious about that one for my wife. But then, like I said, I always got to make sure like the gun is out for a while and let it build up a reputation. So I don't want to give my wife a piece of garbage if it's garbage, you know. So I'll wait for a little bit, but then I'm curious about that.
I mean, I've had Smith & Wessons, and I think they're fine for me. I wouldn't have no problem with it. It's the caliber, with it being a brand new caliber. I want to make sure it's got the true support that it needs to be.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying too. Like it's a new caliber, and the gun, yeah, that platform has been out for a while, but it hasn't been shooting that caliber. So the combination kind of is, the whole combination is pretty much new. So I just want to let it build up a reputation first, because like I was talking about with the 44, the Glock 44, you would think a Glock is going to be reliable, but a Glock being combined with 22 long rifle wasn't exactly the best combo. At least when it first came out. I don't know how they're doing now.
What's up, Brasswater? Yeah, that Glock 44 was I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did, to be honest.
Yeah.
Get an SRO.
You know what I just thought was funny too with Glocks is their patent numbers. I think they timed that on purpose. Like everybody knows it's their patent number, the Glock, then the number is the order of the patent. But I think they do that on purpose still, because a Glock 44 is a 22, a Glock 45 is a 9, a 20 is a 10, 19, or sorry, the 17 holds 17, but the 19 holds 15. You know, I think they do that on purpose. Like, they're just messing with us. It's the patent order, but y'all time it on purpose like that. There's a couple of them like that too. Like the 40, the Glock 40 is a 10 millimeter.
Right.
And those two calibers are rivals, in my opinion. You know, 40 Smith & Wesson and 10 millimeter, because the 40 was born from 10 millimeter, and they weakened 10 millimeter when they did that. So you're either on the 40 or 10 millimeter side, you know.
Yeah.
To me, they're rivals, two rival calibers, and then they went ahead and made a Glock 40 in 10 millimeter. So,
I think a lot of people that don't like 10 mil, I think they're just recoil sensitive.
Yeah. I love 10 millimeter.
I love it.
That's my favorite pistol caliber.
Yeah, that Smith & Wesson, it's definitely a nice gun, man. That safety got to go though. I'm tired of that damn safety. It's in my damn way.
Yeah. I don't like manual safeties on a gun.
Now, if they would have did the safety on that, like they do the safeties on the shields, it wouldn't really bother me. I could deal with that, but they didn't, and it bothers me because you got this big duck foot sitting on both sides of your gun. And some people was like, I just use it for a ledge. I'm like, all right, that's cool. You can use it for a ledge. But I'm taking it out, and I'm going to get those little plugs to fill in the frame gaps.
Yeah.
But
And that's one thing I don't like too. I wish they would either make the frame filled in already, or have the notch cut out for the safety. Because I hate the idea of putting a little, plastic plug in there, and then you can see the cutout of it. That's one thing I don't like about the M&P line.
man, I really don't care
But
about that.
I I'm like I like guns to look good and also function good. So to me, like they function great, but that little notch, that's the one thing that is like, hate that. Hate that.
Now, one thing I can say about Smith and Wesson, the way that they build their slides and the
Mm-hmm.
way that their internals are on the slide, they're a pain in the ass to try and change out parts.
Yeah, it is a little bit more difficult than like a Glock. Yeah,
Yeah, and
and you got to
then
make sure the springs are in the right orientation when you put them back in too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a pain in the ass. And somebody was telling me, they was like, so you changed out the sights on your M&P on your 9. How did you keep from losing those parts in there? And I was like, man, I went back and I was thinking, I was like, man, dude, I don't even remember that, because when we did the sights on mine, all I remember is pushing out the sights and pushing the new one in. I don't remember having those little bitty parts.
Yeah, there's a spring underneath there.
Yeah, see, I don't even remember the little spring. But it's
Mm-hmm.
been some years. I've had that gun for several years now, so I don't
It
even
might
remember.
it might be different between the first generation and the second, the 2.0. It might be different. I know the 2.0 did have a spring underneath it uh, for the firing pin block.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about changing the sights on my 10 mil, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to, because I'm going to put an optic on it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always the problem, trying to figure out what you want to do with the gun when you get it.
Right. So what is your overall favorite caliber?
Uh, uh, I don't think I could say I have one. I know my favorite pistol caliber is 10 millimeter. Actually, I could probably say that is my overall favorite caliber, because I do want a carbine.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually one of my ideas, um, like a platform that I design, because I don't want just somebody else's platform. Although I do want a 10 millimeter in the HK UMP platform. I feel like that would be cool. But yeah, I do want to make my own platform for the 10 millimeter. But yeah, I think I could say that would be my favorite 10 millimeter. Yeah, of all the calibers, all like over every platform, shotguns, rifles, and pistols.
My
But as far as
favorite caliber.
rifles, favorite caliber might be 308. I know
Really.
it's kind of antiquated, but to me, that's just fine. Like it's a well-rounded caliber to me.
You know, I've
You can
never
find
shot
it.
a 308.
What's up?
I've never shot a 308.
Never. I used to have um, an M1A. I still got the extra mags for it, and I have the scope that I had on it. But when I sold it like an idiot, and I had all my upgrades on it, because I was like, screw it, man, I don't care, just give me whatever, And I had my Sadlac scope mount in there. I had my Sadlac guide rod, recoil guide rod, and I I did some upgrades to it myself. Like um, I put a shim behind the gas block or whatever it is, but I
Right.
tightened up the action a little bit. So I added a shim to that, and I was making a stock for it. I still have the blank in my closet, it has the outline of the M1A stock. So I was working on that, but I graduated before I could finish it because I was already working on my other projects, and that was just going to be an extra one. So eventually, when I do have a mill again, I'm going to finish up that M1A stock. It's a walnut stock, and it's going to look really nice when it is done. But that's another one that I do want to get back because that is my favorite rifle. Again, it's not strictly practicality like that. That's just my overall favorite rifle is the M1A.
So you got an old
yeah, I want that back. That's another gun I definitely want back. Like I want to get the AK back because I have a ton of ammo. I have like 3,000. Well, that's still not a ton, but I have 3,000 rounds that I'm just sitting on that I could be shooting. So I want to get the AK back first, but then I also have some 308, and I have a bunch of mags for the M1A, and I want to get that scope back on there. And so that's probably the order of the rifles that I'm going to get. An AK, and then an M1A.
Did you see that Zastava has a 308 AK coming up?
I don't know how I feel about that either. Like, really? I don't like when a platform crosses into a different caliber that wasn't designed for it. Like, I hate the idea of an AK shooting 5.56. Yeah. I hate that idea. Like, if you're gonna go with a platform, go with what it was designed. Like, do whatever you want. Honestly, like that's fine. But like, I just don't. I don't like it. That's just me.
You'll definitely.
It'll work just fine. But to me, like, I don't want to marry one caliber with a completely different platform. It just seems weird. I want that platform to be pure, and I want this other platform to be pure. Just like that's just how I am.
So, how do you feel about the KS-47 and the CMMG Mutant?
They're cool. They're cool. Did he say that just now?
No, he said CMMG.
Oh yeah. But like they're cool. They're cool. But I wouldn't get it. That's just me. Like I don't want it. I don't want an AR platform shooting 7.62x39, or an AK shooting 5.56.
But it's not really. Is it really a AR?
It's an AR platform. It's a style, like it's similar.
You know what I want to do? And if my FFL comes in,
mm-hmm.
I don't think I'll be able to do it this year. But when my SOT come in,
mm-hmm.
I think my KS-47 gonna end up getting a happy switch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they yeah, that'd be fun. Definitely.
Yeah, they do make ARs and AR-15s and 10 mil Black Poindexter. As a matter of fact, I may have a video come out on one in the near future.
That's another thing, though. Black Poindexter, the 10 millimeter AR. I don't like pistol calibers in AR platforms. I'll accept the SIG MCX. What is it again? MCX or it's the SIG 9 millimeter.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think it's the MCX.
Yeah, I think it is the MCX.
But I will accept that because I don't. It's similar to an AR, but it's not exactly. But I hate seeing a 5.56 typical lower that has like a what do you call it, the adapter to accept the pistol magazine. To me, it just looks goofy. It looks goofy, man. Like, why? Get something, like I said, get something. Don't try to marry a different idea with another one. Get something that was meant to shoot 9 millimeter, like a MP5 or a Scorpion. I don't know, like something else.
I don't mind them when they have the lower receiver made and designed to take a pistol mag. But when you just plug that adapter in there and then stick the mag in there, it looks stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't get the point. We have a 9mm Draco at the shop. It's the second one we've had in the last 3 months. And every time I look at it, I'm like, this shit looks stupid as fuck.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. We had a Draco that was on the wall too. Same thing. It was sitting there for a long time because nobody wanted it. It has a stupid Glock mag sticking out of it. What the? I don't want that. I don't want that.
Man, it looks stupid as hell, man.
Why would I do that?
But I will say, Head Down Firearms, they make this gun. It's the HD9.
Mm-hmm.
You can get it in a 5-inch barrel, 10.5-inch barrel, or 16-inch barrel. And it's an AR. It takes Glock mags, 9mm.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got to say that I love shooting those guns. They run really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
They shoot really, really flat. And they're fun as hell to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And the 16-inch, I don't know what it is, but if you run subs out of it, it almost sounds like you got to suppress.
Oh, yeah? Did I?
Huh?
Did I drop there for a second there?
No, you good.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of SIG because SIG uses their customers as guinea pigs. So I'm not a huge SIG fan.
That's true. I did say that before in a live stream. I think it was RGG's live stream, or it might have been Diesel TV. It might have been his. I don't know. But I said it in a live stream, and I said SIG, they're good, but they do, test on the public. They'll see how the gun does before they'll sell it, and then see how it does. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, we got to fix this problem. And then they'll take them back and do it. Like, that's why I waited. My carry is a 365 XL. I waited because I knew they were having problems with the smaller one. Because they were having primer smear and it was breaking the firing pins and all that. So I was like, that gun, that feels good and everything, but I don't know if I want that yet. But then when they came out with the XL, it helped it because it decreased the time for it to cycle. So it wasn't having the same primers. It still smears the primer a little bit, but nowhere near as much as it was with the shorter barrel. So they fixed that, and I felt like the 365 XL was better than the first one. So that's my carry now, and I like it.
See, it's
like a good, well-rounded gun.
I carried a 43X for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I recently made the switch to CZP-10C.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I love my CZP-10C. And then some days I want a pocket carry. I don't want to carry on the hip, so I carry my GX4.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my main 2 carry guns right now. Everything else kind of just is a range toy.
Yeah.
I carry my Canic, but that damn thing is so damn big, bro. It's just a range toy, but I love shooting. I wouldn't sell it. Now this new 30 super carries out. I'm gonna get that Shield Plus, and that'll be my carry gun for a little while, and I'll add it to the rotation. But my main carry gun is that CZP-10C, and I put that Apex trigger kit in there that they sent, and man, it makes a world of difference, bro. That gun shoots laser beams. But I like. Have you shot that Palmetto State Armory Dagger 9?
No, I haven't shot one yet. No,
bro.
How was it?
That thing, sheesh, man, it shoots flat.
It looks comfortable too.
Very, very comfortable to shoot. Yeah, very, very comfortable to shoot. I don't know what the hell that was.
Look at the comments here. Let's see.
Ro in here. Oh, that's Devil Ro. What's up, Devil Ro? Yeah, they've been
AK Lover was asking.
What's up, AAF? Yeah, they've been chopping it up in here, man. I'm not sure this guy, the real Z. What's up, fam? I don't know exactly what you're trying to say with that name, but what's up, fam?
Wait, which one are you talking about?
It's this guy right here. This dude right here. I don't know what he's trying to say right here. I appreciate him coming through though. That's what's up. Hope everybody hit that like button when you came in. Yeah, man.
But AK Lover was asking AR-10 or 308 AK. Yeah, I prefer AR-10. But
you like AR-10?
Yeah, but that's just because how I feel about it. Like, I don't want to cross the platforms like that, you know.
So do you like long range stuff?
Hmm?
You like long range stuff?
I only owned one long range caliber. That was a 300 Win Mag.
Uh-huh.
That thing kicked my butt, man. It was a Kimber Montana rifle, 80. I forgot what the model is, but it's like 80 something hundred model. But it's a Kimber Montana, so it's like the lightest 300 Win Mag that you can get.
Gotcha.
So, and I had never shot any caliber big at that time. I hadn't shot any caliber bigger than 5.56. So, when I got to the range and I was getting ready to shoot that, I had my scope on and everything. I had my target set up for 200 yards because I was about to zero that scope. And I was not expecting the kick that the thing had. No muzzle brake on it. A lightweight stock. It's like a carbon fiber or like fiberglass reinforced polymer, some kind of lightweight stock. So the whole thing is super light. And no muzzle brake on it or nothing. And when I took that first shot, I felt like I got punched in my shoulder. I was like,
man up, son, man up.
I was like, what the hell is this?
Now, just imagine some of the shit that Hookah's gonna bring to Nashville, bro.
I know what Hookah has. I know what he has. Yeah, I did shoot his 400 or 470 Nitro Express. I shot that one, that pistol, but I haven't shot any of his other elephant guns. Like his 500 Nitros and 600. I don't know what else he has, but I know he has some big caliber stuff.
So what about that 500 Nitro Express? Is it really as mean as he talking about?
Which one?
That 500 Nitro Express.
I haven't shot that one. I shot the 470.
Okay.
I think it's 470, but okay. I shot that one. But from what he says, the recoil is about the same, and it wasn't terrible. It does have a pretty good muzzle brake on it, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like my wrist was broken. I never shot any pistol. Well, I'm lying. I did shoot one pistol one time, and I do have a video of it. But I didn't post it on here. I posted it on Facebook a long time before I made YouTube. But it was a Lone Eagle in 30-06. It was a like rear breech loaded pistol, like really short. And
how you doing,
I was test firing it because I had to make a firing pin for it because they break their firing pins easily, and they don't make that gun anymore. And you can't find parts, so I made a firing pin for it. And I was test firing it, and I did a video while the guy was, he was recording for me. And the first shot I took, same thing. I felt like I got punched in my hand. I was like, but I had to shoot it again to make sure it was going to eject and shoot a second round. So I turned the knob on it, ejected that round, put a new one in, closed it again. I was like, no, I got to do this again. My head got so punished. So I only shot 2 in that video, but I did shoot 6 rounds total because I wanted to make sure the firing pin wasn't going to break. I wanted to keep doing it, make sure I wasn't getting a light primer strike or piercing the primer. I just want to make sure it was just right. So I shot a couple rounds through it. And my hand was so tender after that. I couldn't do any more. I wanted to shoot more to make sure it was still good, but I was like, no, I'm done with this thing. It works. It works. So yeah, I just shot those and that was good. So my hand was dead after that.
So what's the hardest hitting rifle caliber you shot?
That well, I guess you could say the 50 BMG would be, but it does have a muzzle brake and it's gas operated, so it absorbs a lot of that recoil. But the biggest hit I took would be that 300 Win Mag.
300 Win Mag.
Yeah. And then I'd say the second one would be a rifle slug out of a shotgun. That was another good kicking one. I was like,
man, I'll tell you what, man, if you've never shot a slug out of a shotgun, especially like a 3-inch slug or a 3 1/4-inch slug.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was 3-inch.
God, man. And it like I shot it. So I've got the Black Aces shotgun, the semi-auto joint with the wood stock on it. And it don't have nothing for padding on that. Man. When I first got that gun, I went to the range. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna run the shit out of this damn gun. Slapped them 3-inch slugs in there. I'm like, everybody talking about this shit gonna hurt. Blah, blah, blah. Man, I put that shit up. Bow! I was like, shit. Man, have nothing to absorb, nothing.
No, it hurts. It hurts.
Like,
and the one I shot too was same way. They only had the little thin plastic butt pad on it, you know? It wasn't a rubber thick butt pad. It was a thin little plastic one. And that thing punched me.
Yeah, man. You gotta be careful with that stuff, man, because that Black Aces literally does not have anything on the back of it for padding. It don't have nothing. It's like they slapped a piece of hard rubber on the back of it. It's like, here you go.
Yeah.
But it ain't absorbing nothing. You feeling everything.
No.
So I took my partner and his son to the range, and we let his son shoot it. He fired one shot. He was like, "Bah!" He said, "Ah!" he wouldn't shoot nothing the rest of the day. He was like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah.
Let
me see what they're saying in the comments, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, man. They out here. This fool said his CCW is a Desert Eagle 44 mag.
If you can pull it off, go ahead.
Damn.
But
anybody got any last minute questions y'all want to ask my man before he get up out of here? Because we about to shut this down.
Who was I just saw one a second ago, but it's gone. I can't find it right now. Yeah, sorry y'all. I've been trying to look at the comments, but you know, I get distracted. But yeah, someone was saying that yeah, Big Zoe, he said the 30-06 from a pistol. Yeah, it's got to be painful. Yeah, it was definitely. And again, that was just a plastic frame, no like rubber padding or anything. It was just straight into your hand.
Damn. Man, think about this. Like these old FUD dudes, these old heads, they like them big ass calibers, these hand cannons, and steel frame guns. That's just trying to break every bone in your hand every time you squeeze a trigger. And they think that shit's funny. So I had this dude come in the shop one day. We have a range in there. And this guy it was him, his wife, and his in-laws. And I don't know if he just didn't like his father-in-law or what the case was. But he had that damn Smith & Wesson 500 revolver with the short barrel. And this dude's father-in-law had to be like 70-something years old. He was about GHG size, little bitty something. He was old as hell, dude. So he gave him the gun, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh, this is about to be ugly, bro. So I'm RSOing, so I made my way down there where they was at, and I'm standing right behind them. And so I told him when I got back in the shop, like, we got to go in the office and run this video back. Y'all got to see this shit. Yeah. So the old man, he stretches out with the revolver. He shoots it. Pow! And it flipped back. And that muzzle was about that far from his forehead, bro. He almost domed himself. I was like, either you don't like him or you really thought he could handle that. My vote is, I don't think he really liked dude. He wanted to bust him in the noodle. And because he was laughing his ass off. But I was like, shit.
I do want to shoot one, though. What was it, Life with, what was it, Obi? Or yeah, Obi. I always forget people's names. but yeah, he has that one that he likes to let people shoot. And they're just like, they don't know what to expect from that thing.
Yeah, real Rambo.
But I do want to shoot. I want to try it. I never shot a short 500 Magnum. I only shot my 10.5 inch. So I don't know what it's like to shoot a short one. And then I do have some 700 grain bullets that I want to try. So I can imagine a 700 grain bullet come out of a shortage barrel 500. I want to see what that's like. Is another thing that people don't do with revolvers that I do is when I'm shooting a revolver, I wrap my left thumb around the back like this. Like normally when you're shooting semi-auto, you want to have it thumbs forward. I can't get in the frame. You want to have it thumbs forward. But with the revolver, you don't have to worry about a slide hitting you.
Right.
So what I do is I put my thumb back here and really grab onto that thing.
Right.
So when I'm shooting a revolver, I want to shoot that short 500 that way and see if that helps. Because you get better grip on it like that. Like I wish I could shoot semi-autos that way, but you got to worry about slide bite. So you want to have it thumb forward.
You got to be careful about that slide bite. I have to clean a lot of that mess up at work. No, ain't nobody a wiener tackleberry bug. So big goofy ass.
What he said?
He said, damn near knocked his dentures out. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Black Boy said he'd be setting up for.
What do you think about 1911s while we got you on here?
I love 1911s. Love them. That was one of my projects that I built.
Okay.
In school. Yeah, it was from scratch, like oversized Caspian parts. So you have to, measure everything. Yeah, you got to measure everything and fit them together. So that actually got me a scholarship from the American Pistolsmith Guild. Yeah, the American Pistolsmith Guild, they actually recognized my 1911, and they gave me a scholarship for that, the one that I built in school. So,
really?
So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I love the 1911. That's one of my favorite platforms.
Can I have it?
That pistol?
Yeah.
I actually gave that to my other friend. I gave that to my friend from the Air Force, one of my best buddies. Like he's lucky because that was like over $1,000 for all the parts, and then that's not even counting the labor that went into it, So, and I just gave that to him. I gave it to him as a gift.
Go get it back. Give it to me.
Get it back. Hey, let me borrow this thing. But I do have a rifle that I built too, and that's supposed to go to my other friend because those two guys are my best friends, and I haven't sent him that rifle yet. And I had this thing for years, but I keep saying, "Oh yeah, I'll send it. I'll send it soon." And because my other friend, we lived close. He lived in Miami while I was in Sarasota, so I was able to drive over and drop it off to him. And we were from the same state, so that's no problem. So I gave that to him. But then my other friend, he's still in the Air Force, and he was in Washington State, and now he's over in Hawaii. So I can't really, as easily as I did with my other friend, just send it to him. So different laws, different kind of things, but. That's just more excuses because I do want to hold on to it for a little bit. But I loaded him some ammo. I loaded him some 308 with 168 grain ELDs from Hornady. And so he has ammo and the gun. And that thing, that was another work of art. Like I got a video on that one actually. But to see it in person is just crazier than seeing it in video. It's crazy.
They're giving you your
But I
flowers
appreciate
out here,
y'all in the
brother.
comments.
Yeah, man. Mr. Witt got talent. Got some talented gunsmith skills. Mr. Wilt Penner.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm a
1911
1911 dude.
Yep. Appreciate you, Jay and Bug, for the compliments. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, Poindexter.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, y'all.
Look at this. He said, I like Mr. Wilt now. He says he loves 1911s.
Yeah, I love it, man. I can't wait till I can afford. You know what y'all should look into is Bunker Arms. He makes 1911s, but he posts all his stuff on Facebook. So if you look up Bunker Arms on Facebook, like he'll show you his process for making 1911s, and a lot of like custom 1911s are handmade. They're using hand tools to make them, precise. But what he does is he has CNCs and surface grinders, so he can make them better on these machines, better than anyone can make by hand, far better than anybody can make by hand. He's one of those guys that'll make them so precise that you can't see the cutout between the slide and the frame.
Damn.
He's one of those dudes. Like have you seen those videos where they'll take the slide and they'll rack it back and you couldn't even see the line. You can't see the gap.
Damn.
So he's one of those guys. Look up Bunker Arms. I can't afford one of his guns. They're expensive. But what's so great about his page is he shows you what he's doing. He's not trying to be stingy with his information. He's sharing a lot of what he learns and what he knows about 1911s.
He got a website too.
Yeah, Bunker Arms. You can order stuff on there, and he'll build them like custom, every detail that you want. Even if you want something engraved into it or a different design that you want into it, he'll take that and then he'll build it for you. So every one of his guns is built from scratch. And I got to and this dude, he's super cool too, because he was in the Sarasota area where I was, and I just showed up to his shop because I didn't know what it was. I just looked up, gun stores, and that pulled up as one of them because he's an FFL. But I just showed up to his shop, knocked on the door, and he's like, "Yeah, man, come on in." And he's not a gun store. He's just like a guy in the shop making 1911s. But he let me in. He walked me around the shop, and told me everything. He showed me everything that he's doing in there. It's just him. It's just him doing all this. And he walked me through, showed me everything. He let me use his machines. He actually let me use his machines. He didn't know who I was. I was just some random dude. But I told him I just got out of gunsmith school. I showed him some of my work and everything, and he was pretty impressed with that. But his stuff is so precise, and like they're really custom, high-end custom stuff. Like I said, I can't afford it yet, but when I am able to, I want to get a 10 millimeter from him.
Oh, hell yeah. Damn, look at that. Got that reset.
Yeah, see?
Damn, look at them lines, bro. That fitted tight as hell.
And that's not even a good one. That's like a looser tolerance one, but he can get those tolerances tight.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's good.
He is.
But yeah, like I said, he's from the Sarasota area, and he's a really cool guy. He'll add you on Facebook too.
Yeah, I'm gonna like him right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. If I go to Fort, I'm gonna have to go by there and check him out.
Yeah. He said his father was a 1911 builder, like custom 1911s, and he used to work at a pharmacy. I think he like managed a pharmacy, and nobody taught him anything besides what his father knew. But he didn't go to any school. He just learned how to use machines, how to program CNCs, and use all these different machines, and he did it himself.
Miss Brenda, how you doing?
Hey, Miss Brenda, I saw you in the comment, like one of the earliest comments.
And she was like the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Miss Brenda, man, she a real one, dude. She be supporting hard, bro. I appreciate that lady. For real, for real. Well, man, they giving you your flowers out here, bro. They really like you out here, man. You out here you doing your thing, man. And there's a lot more to you than just a full auto Desert Eagle, as we can see.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, check out my Instagram too, if y'all aren't on there, because that has a lot more information, like as far as what I've done before too.
Look who just popped in here.
I like to do a couple cool things. What's up, RGG?
What's up, fam? Yeah, man. Yeah, I've learned a lot about you tonight, man. You got a lot more going on up there in that brain of yours than what I thought was going on. I thought you was, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing, but I didn't know you was that deep, like, you know what I'm saying, like the 1911s and all that. So I didn't know you went that deep into this. And how long you been into guns?
Since when I really got into it was 2012.
2012?
Yeah.
And that's when you really locked in on it.
Yeah, that's when I really bought my first one, and then I started watching YouTube videos and started being a real enthusiast and starting to carry and all that, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You don't mind me asking, how old are you?
31.
31? Oh, so you still young, bro. You still got plenty of time to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, so when I'm able to get my own machinery, there's gonna be a lot more coming out too.
Oh, it's coming, brother.
Cool things.
Yeah, it's coming, man. I mean, you definitely got the skill set to make some stuff jump off. And I can't wait to see what you do in the future, man. I can't wait to see, you know what I'm saying, what you do and what you bring to the world. Because I know you're going to bring something crazy out, and they're going to be like, damn, this dude tripping.
Yeah.
We're going to be seeing your ass at SHOT Show, going to interview you at SHOT Show. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I wish I was at SHOT Show this year, though. Looks like everybody had a lot of fun.
Man, after seeing all the fun that everybody had this year, I wish they wouldn't have canceled it last year when I was actually set to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I will be there next year. And I think there's a whole mob of folks talking about going. So we might all just link up and just mob out to that.
Yeah.
And just crash it. You know, turn it up, take it over. See, they're going to be like, damn, I'll leave black folks in here. But yeah,
I'll be at RGG's event, though.
He says, somebody, Big Zo said now if he makes a full auto G.R.A.V.I.T.E.E.
Anything semi-auto can be full auto.
RGG gonna be like, shit, what's up? Let me get that. Yeah, he gonna be wanting the secret sauce. Point that he's literally half my age. He said, I want to see a full auto G.R.A.V.I.T.E.E. He would shut Nashville down. Oh, hell yeah, he would. Nashville would be done. They were,
Yeah.
So is the Desert Eagle making the trip to Nashville? Is that y'all gonna bring it?
I'm sure it is, but you gotta ask Jay the Shooter. Like that's his. Like he's the one possessing that. So everything to do with that is all through him.
Jay the Shooter, is it coming?
It better be coming, Jay.
Is it coming?
Yeah, we got a little bit of ammo left, but that's what I'm saying. If y'all plan on shooting that full auto Desert Eagle at RGG's event, bring some 50 AE because we're gonna run out.
Yeah, man.
And it's expensive.
Y'all don't know, man. RGG got a regular meetup, part 2, coming to Nashville with the RGAs, the regular gun guy awards or regular gun awards.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to be watching out, man. It's about to be lit. It's about to be lit.
Yeah.
Look. This dude ain't carrying them with some big
That's
shit.
all your CCWs, huh?
He walking around here wearing some suspenders and shit. Hold his pants up. Oh man, that's great. Well, man, I definitely appreciate you for coming through, brother. You want to go ahead and shout out all your social medias and where people can check you out at?
It's just Mr. Wilk on, just like you see it here on YouTube. And then on Instagram, it's Mr. Wilk_firearms. Yeah, a lot of people are. I think I haven't actually shouted out each one. So like on my Instagram, you probably wouldn't know I have a YouTube, and you wouldn't know I have Instagram on YouTube. I don't know. I'm just kind of like that. They are different. I treat them very differently. Like my Instagram is more visual, just pictures, kind of like an art form, and then my YouTube is more informational. So I treat them differently. But yeah,
so
that's
just said it's definitely coming to Nashville. That and more.
yeah.
I'm gonna need you to get on YouTube and promote your Instagram, and then get on Instagram and promote your YouTube, so everybody can come follow you. A lot of people don't realize I'm on so many different platforms. I'm on Gunstreamer. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Odyssey, which is actually called LBRY. But for some reason, when you download the app, it says Odyssey, which is pretty dope because they pay you for your views in crypto over there.
Okay.
And then I'm on a new platform called Utreon.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's new. It's like new. So like to even be a content creator over there, you have to apply through their beta program. Like it's new.
Okay.
So I'm on that. So I'm on a lot of different stuff, man. But yeah, man, definitely appreciate you coming through. You're welcome to come through anytime, man. If you're in the chat, you want to just jump in or something, man, just like, hey, drop the stream or drop the link. I got you. You can jump in anytime, man.
All right.
I'm surprised Jay didn't holler about jumping here. I told him, I said, you know what I'm saying, you can come in if you want to. And he's like, now we're gonna let my brother shine tonight, get his shine on. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty supportive. Jay's pretty supportive. Like he really is down to earth. I like him. I'm just gonna look at the comments here one more time, just make sure we didn't miss anything.
There go one right there.
Tech. Yeah, Tech. Yeah, I was just about to say, he was wondering where the idea came from. It came from me seeing Jay the Shooter with his 50 GI and his 50 Beowulf all full auto, and I was like, you need a 50 AE Desert Eagle full auto.
What up, QB?
I knew that was gonna be crazy. Nobody's ever done that before, so.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that was a genius idea, man. That's something I don't think we'll ever see anybody like top that with a Desert Eagle. You can't. I mean, I don't. Where would you even go at this point with a Desert
Eagle? I know
it's
hard to top it. It's hard to top it. It's like that's the most ridiculous gun. First, it's the Desert Eagle, so it's already the most ridiculous gun there is. And then you made it full auto. Yeah. It's hard to beat.
Most people, like the people at my job, when I showed it to them, they were like, "That's stupid." But at the same time, they was like, "Wait a minute." You could tell they were like, "Yeah, that's stupid," but they was like, "Wait a minute." It's at the same time, you can see they're like, "Well, it's actually pretty dope, though."
Yeah, like I don't know why people are looking at it like it's a practical thing.
Yeah,
it's like, a Desert Eagle.
Like, who does that? I thought that was dope when I first saw it, dude. If you would have saw my face when I saw that gun, I was like, did this nigga just? No, he didn't. No, he did not just do that.
I need
watched that video about
camera.
10 times. I'm like, is he just? No.
I just need a high-speed camera. I want to see that thing in super slow-mo in HD. Because that thing, it's really, like, I look at guns. I don't know if you ever watched Inside the, like, it's Larry Vickers. He did a slow-mo video on Inside the AK. And it's like the AK running without the dust cover. You can see it stripping the rounds off. They edited it to make it sound like it's so epic and everything. Like, they really romanticized the AK, how it was functioning. And I want to do the same thing with the Desert Eagle because it's so romantic looking at it when it's flinging out around, stripping the next one in, and the shells are still in the air by the time it's empty because it's so fast.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see that thing in super slow-mo, super HD. Just gotta find someone who has a high-speed camera.
So when you dropping that video?
Say again?
When you dropping that video?
Oh no, I need to find someone who has one, who has a high-speed camera, because I would love to see it like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, when are you gonna drop the video? So when are you gonna get on that?
As soon as I find somebody, I need to find somebody. but I do have a slow-mo video on my you've probably seen a lot of the videos that went viral were just at full speed, but there's some slow-mo ones out there too. Yeah. I was screaming out loud when I saw it. Yep.
Check this out.
I do.
Man. So this is my thing, and what I come across a lot out here. A lot of white people, when it comes to firearms, look at black people like we're stupid and we don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get a brother that come from where we come from, and you out of nowhere, you done made this part and made this gun full auto that nobody thought was possible to be full auto, and it runs flawless, and everybody's loving it, they hate it.
And it's all legal too.
And it's all legal. Because I hear that comment a lot. I hope he got his paperwork. It's legal. He legit.
Yeah. All legal. The paperwork is in. Jay has the paperwork on him. He'll show it right to you.
Appreciate you, RGG. Yeah, man. I mean, it's a lot of folks don't realize how big that was. It might not be that big to you, but when you really sit back and think about it, bro, what you did, like my man Bug said, that was groundbreaking, bro. Ain't nobody else did that. Ain't nobody even thought about it.
Right.
And here your ass is just sitting at the house chilling with this little devil on your shoulder, like, we need to do something real crazy. You know what? Jay got all these full autos. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? That's some mad genius type stuff. I mean, you're a genius, brother. You don't realize it. You know what I'm saying? That was a genius move right there. You know how many people, man, if you put that on the market to sell it, you know how much money will be made out here? For people that could have it. Man, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to see it. What I like about it now that I've shot it, like, it's super addictive to shoot it. But now that I've shot it, my favorite thing is to see other people shoot it. I love seeing everybody's reaction when they shoot it. So I can't wait to see more of that in Nashville. But yeah, they posted me up on Firearms on their Facebook.
Yeah. That's big, man. They recognizing, they seeing, you know what I'm saying? They watching. Yeah. And they waiting to see what's next. And I see what he say right here. I already know, Jay. I know it's gonna be something crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's time to make folks mad out here. Big mad. I don't care. Be big mad all you want to.
Yeah. Be mad. I'm just out here having fun, man.
You definitely will go down in history. You're gonna be in a history book for firearms one day as the man that invented the full auto Desert Eagle. Do you realize that?
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, you already wrote that. You already wrote that little spot in history, and it's a monumental spot. It ain't even a little spot; it's a monumental spot.
That does honestly feel like that feels pretty good to know that, because I love guns, and to know that I did my little part, like I did my little thing.
And that little thing you're talking about was monumental, bro. It really wasn't that little. It was big, bro. When I saw that video, I'm gonna tell you my favorite video out of all of them was when Black Rambo shot that gun, and he was like, "What? Put some more ammo in this bitch.
Give me some more bullets. Give me some more bullets.
Dude, I think that has to be like, I can't wait to feel that. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to shoot this when we come to that. I didn't get to shoot the 50, the full auto 50 Beowulf when we was in Houston.
Yeah.
When I was in line to go shoot it, you know what I'm saying? My big homie was taking a nap. You know what I'm saying? So we had to break out and go see what was up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to shoot it this year if he bring it.
Yeah.
I definitely want a piece of that eagle, though. I definitely want some of that eagle.
Yeah.
You know
It's definitely like a once in a lifetime thing. And you can't find it anywhere else either. It's only one. But hopefully more people will be getting their SOTs because like a lot of people want like from who Jay and I know, they want to have their full auto Desert Eagles too. So as soon as they get theirs, there'll be some more out there.
Oh, I didn't really want a Desert Eagle, so I saw that one.
I love John Browning. John Moses Browning. I did make I laser engraved a frame, a 1911 frame dedicated to him. It's on my Instagram. You're not gonna see it on Facebook. I mean on YouTube.
He said what you
on my
did
Instagram.
to lifted Black Rambo off the gun. I had to catch, bro.
It did. It did. Jay had to catch him. He was like, oh. If you look at the different angles, you can see him like he's supporting him. He's like, whoa. and I forgot which one it is, but there is one angle of it too where you can see me. I'm kind of like inching up, getting closer to Black Rambo to make sure he doesn't fall back too. But Jay had his hand behind him. He's ready to catch him.
Damn.
Because he's already a small dude, you know. So, and then he shoots the 50 or the 50 AE full auto. Is just like, yeah, that took him out. Yeah.
Oh man, I wish I could have been there in person to see that.
And the crowd went crazy too. They're like, ah.
My man said on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult was it to convert that Desert Eagle?
It's hard to say. I'd say 6.
6,
I guess.
Okay.
But the hard part was just trying to think through it, trying to think it out, how to do it. Because I was thinking of different ways, and then I would be going down one track thinking, okay, I can do it this way, but then this will happen, so I have to figure out something else there. And then I have to restart. I'll be like, okay, that's not going to work out. I have to go a different route. And then finally, when I came up with the route, how I was going to do it, it was pretty easy. So doing it again would be really easy because I already know how it's planned. I know how to do it now. But just trying to figure it out was the hard part.
So on 1 to 10, what would you say the difficulty was? If you had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say the difficulty was?
Now I would rate it 3 because there's still some machining involved. It's not like like the switch on a Glock. You just change the back plate and you make sure that the trip isn't too long. Sometimes you have to sand it down. You have to make sure it fits properly. But it's not as easy as, popping a switch on a Glock. But full auto 50 BMG, there are some out there. So I'm not like super motivated to make one.
We're not talking about military grade type stuff, man. Come on now. We're talking about something for the streets.
I'm afraid to, though. I'm afraid to because if I mess up
while I'm
trying to figure it out, that's an expensive gun to mess up. I was already scared with the Desert Eagle because that's an expensive gun too. But a 50 BMG, like an M107 or something, that's a lot of money to be messing up.
He said that may hurt. It's definitely gonna hurt. Shit. Yeah. Mess around and be like that little. That definitely will. Where he fired the gun, the 50, and slid up.
But they're not that bad though. The 107s, the Barretts, because they have like a big recoil spring and their big muzzle brake and everything. It's not as terrible as you'd think. But there are some that are not as nice to shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, my man said that thought process is powerful. Can't take that for granted.
Yeah.
So,
that was the hardest part, just thinking it through.
yeah,
Let's see us doing this much.
Yeah. Much respect.
I appreciate it.
Told you, man, they giving you flowers out here, man. You did the damn thing with that, man.
I appreciate yo. Let me get back to the comments because I've been slacking on that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I see y'all though. I see y'all. I appreciate all y'all. I'm really just I'm appreciative of everybody just seeing the gun really, and just I'm glad everybody knows about it. And I'm glad it did pretty well. So, but I just want to get more people to shoot it, because that's my favorite part. I want to see more people shoot it and get their reaction.
Oh, that's definitely going down to Nashville.
Yeah.
That's definitely going down. I'm finna find me a box of 50 BMG. I'm shooting that damn Desert Eagle. I mean that 50 AE. I'm shooting that Desert Eagle.
Yeah.
It's going down.
I'm like OB, I guess. Like I want to see people's reaction. Like when he lets people shoot that 500. That's me with this 50 AE. I just want to see people's reactions now.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I love the fact that you're so humble. Mm-hmm. You're very humble. You're not, you know what I'm saying? You didn't get all big headed about it and stuff. Even off camera when we were just talking before we went live. Mm-hmm. You was just chilling, you know what I'm saying? You was humble as hell. You know what I'm saying? You still being humble. You know what I'm saying? So everybody else is giving you your flowers. And that's what that's a beautiful thing to see everybody giving you your flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's it's kind of strange, honestly, because I don't see it like people are saying, "Oh, you're a celebrity." I don't see it that way. But I appreciate all y'all who are saying that. But yeah, I'm just a regular guy. Don't think I'm anything special.
You are, man. Whether you
guns
realize it or not, I know you're humble, but it takes a special person to have a special thought process to do something like that. Mm-hmm. That's a gift from God to be able to even think of something like that. You know what I'm saying? So he gave you the talent not only to be able to create it mentally, but to actually bring it to life physically. You know what I'm saying? So that's a gift, man. That's a gift. Man, what's up? I'm not from this planet. Mil Spec J. Appreciate y'all coming through. But yeah.
I can't wait to see everybody in Nashville, though. Because to me, I love those events when I see people in person. When we did the Mark Chopper Day, that's when I met Gun and Hookah. It's really nice seeing everybody up there talking. Everything's going well. You know, I'm sad I missed the first RGG regular meetup, but I'm definitely making this next one. So I can't wait to see everybody there.
Oh yeah, man! If you missed the first one was amazing. That was history being made.
Yeah,
that was the first time we had that many people that looked like us in one place with that many guns, and we weren't using them on each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do we had? I know there had to be 50 people out there, 60 people, and everybody had at least 3 guns apiece. So there was a lot of guns floating around. Hell, like I said, Gershon had a damn box. It was like a rolling suitcase, one of them little small rolling suitcases, just full of gun parts. It's out there trying to put shit together. Like, does this go with this? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? But everybody brought a bunch of stuff. I brought 11 by myself. So we was thick out there with the guns, bro. But it was beautiful, man. Everybody was hanging out, chilling, kicking it, hanging out in the lobby of the hotel, hanging out, going out to eat. You know, it was just fun, man. And I can't wait for everybody to come to Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be lit. We're gonna have fun. I'm taking off a couple extra days for that. I got one event coming up before then, so I'm gonna be a little event exhausted, I guess, because I got some other stuff going on too. But man, I can't wait for you to come out there. I'm hoping you surprise us and bring some. I know you and Jay got some rabbits up your hats. I know y'all. If I know Jay, he got some kind of something cooking.
It's always something cooking. Always something cooking.
If I know Jay, he got something cooking.
He is one of the busiest people I know. He's always thinking about something.
Man, his brain don't never stop, bro. Man, you can call Jay just to say what's up, and it'll be an hour conversation because his mind just starts clicking, and he just starts spitting shit. And it's like, damn, bro, your brain don't never shut off. Yeah, his brain is constantly going, and I love it though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at my man.
Yeah, what's great about him too is he's humble too. Like he actually reaches out to people. He's not a snob. Like he'll reach out to anybody.
Oh yeah.
That's how I met him. Like he was big. He was big up there, and he still accepted my my Instagram message, you know. And now look at it. I do. I do want to make some more 1911s. I do need to make more.
There you go. Mm-hmm. You heard it here first, y'all. Mr. Wilk, 1911's coming.
Eventually. Yeah.
Man, I look forward to meeting everybody, man. I look forward to meeting you and hanging out with you, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish you much love and much luck and much success in the future, brother, because you finna just blow up out here. I can see it now already. I can already see it. This fool said I'm bringing my RPG so me and Big Fish can be twins. What?
Okay. Launching rockets up there.
Yeah, I don't know if Benny McGee gonna like that
one. I saw someone say about the ammo for the 50 AE. You can bring some 50 AE if you want to shoot it, but also I have a 357 Magnum conversion, but it has to shoot 158 grain and up. So if you want to shoot 357, I'll bring that conversion too. So you don't have to shoot 50 AE if you don't want to. The 357 is a lot more controllable too. It's like I had Juan Wick. I don't know if y'all know about Juan Wick. We did a couple of videos with him too, but he shot the 357 in full auto, and he was shooting at a steel target, and he hit every round on target. So, yeah, it's a lot more controllable.
Okay. Yeah, this brother here, I'm not from this planet.
Yeah,
me and him were the first two YouTubers in this area to do videos at the Glock store.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he's been out to the farm already before where we're going to be shooting at. But yeah, he's a cool dude too. I'm not sure. Are you going to be at the event? I'm not from this planet. Are you coming to the regular meetup? Well, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of eyes on you at that event. That's for sure. I feel like you might as well just post up. We just got to get a big sign with your name on it and just post you up over there with your own little booth.
Man, I'm just trying to go there and have fun. I don't even know how much I'm going to be recording there, because that kind of takes away. That's another one of my problems too, is I don't record as much as I should, because I want to enjoy it. Like the Mark Chopper Day, I didn't record one bit. I should have.
So in that case, what I would recommend you do is get you somebody that you trust with the camera, and bring them with you and let them record for you.
Yeah, that would be the easiest.
Guy's gonna be with me. Yeah,
Say again?
Scotty 2T's. That's my camera guy. He gonna be with me.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna be a dope event, man. He said I don't got one. I know you didn't have one, bro, but I had to mess with you. But that was a heck of a statement you made there.
Yeah.
Coach said we won't.
I'm mainly looking forward to meeting everybody.
Oh yeah. Who are you looking forward to meet the most? And just be honest.
I actually want to meet Yoki Stirrup because
I
she's
knew
Bahamian. Because she's Bahamian, and I want to be like, I want to talk to her in our accent, you know. And then I want to let y'all hear it too.
Well, so I was watching a video of hers a while back where she had went shark hunting or shark. She was walking with the sharks or swimming with the sharks or something like that, and she went back home or whatever. And she was with some of her family, and her accent started coming out.
Yeah.
And it was a trip, because you can hear it every now and then when she's talking. But it was like it was thick when she was on that trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was thick.
Yeah, so that's she's what I'm looking forward to meeting because I want to just be able to talk like that, you know. So that'd be cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting everybody.
Oh, so you coming to Nashville Mill Spec? Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of people, man. A lot of people I've already met. You know what I'm saying? We was in Houston with Yoki and stuff like that. You know, RGG, that's my guy. You know, got to meet a lot of people that's in the chat right now already. Say Fulanzo. You know what I'm saying? They're my dudes. So I got to meet a lot of people already. So I'm looking forward to seeing who shows up in Nashville at that event and meet those people too.
Yeah.
I don't really have. I think the only one that like the big YouTubers that I'm just like, okay, yeah, I want to meet this one that I know is going to be there is Black Rambo and Twister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, I've been a Twister fan since back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't remember a time when I didn't know who Twister was.
What?
I don't remember a time when I didn't know who Twister was.
You remember a time when you didn't know who Twister was?
No, I don't remember a time when I didn't know he was. Like, okay. He's always been, up there.
Well, hell, I mean, he's probably been doing music as long as you've been alive, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I can't tell you a time when Twister was new to me. He never was new to me. I always knew of him. Yeah. So that's great. That was crazy too to meet him in person. It was like, that's Twister right there. You know how many these songs I heard from this guy? How long I've been hearing this guy's voice?
Yeah. And then you standing there with him shooting guns. Yeah,
and then Black Rambo too. Like, first time I met him was at the Mark Chopper Day. But him too, because I remember when he did his videos years back, his little rap videos showing all his guns and stuff.
Yeah.
And you couldn't even see him. He wasn't in the camera back then. He was just showing the guns and rapping. But him too. I never would have thought I would meet Black Rambo.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, I knew one day I'd probably meet Rambo at an event or something if I stuck with this YouTube thing. But I never in a million years thought Twister would be involved in the mix.
Yeah, and that's what's so great too, because he's a big name who's really involved with it. Like, he doesn't just like guns; he's in it. Got the gun camp going.
Yeah, man, that gun camp thing is dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. What do you say? Black Rambo gonna be at Maryland Arsenal February 18th. Okay, that's what's up. Or MDR.
Total Glock Boy said, "Y'all still on here?"
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's hard to not talk about guns.
Nah, look what Big Zo said.
What's up?
Look what Big Zo said. Now a full auto Kel-Tec P50 would be controllable.
Oh yeah, I couldn't see. Sorry, I can see now. Yeah, that would be nice.
We'll spec Jay silly, man. He said, I just want to ask Twister if he still studies PI and Pology.
And Twist, like a lot of these people that you meet, that's another reason why I'm looking forward to meeting everybody at this event, is because you get to see them without the cameras.
Right.
And Twister is a really humble, like he was really quiet at that event. Like he was a lot quieter than I thought he would be.
Right.
So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see everybody's natural side.
Well, he was pretty quiet when he was on RGG's live. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like over the top or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He spoke.
That's exactly how he was.
Yeah. So, but he was pretty laid back. Like, I will say, like, since we've been on the live, you've been actually more upbeat and perky while we've been on the live. But before we went live, you was just kind of chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you still, you know what I'm saying? You still real laid back, but you're a little bit more upbeat than you was before we went live.
Yeah.
We've been having fun here, man.
I'm just I slowly warm up to people, and then when I do warm up to somebody, then they get to see like how I am. So that's just kind of how I am. Like, I don't know how people. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I don't know how people just go out there and talk to anybody and be best friends with them. I'm like, how do you do that? I don't know. I can't do it. It's impossible. It's not my nature to do that.
I'm a Libra, bro, so we social anyway. So
yeah, my youngest sister is social. She's really social. But my other two siblings, we're all quiet. We're all quiet. We're all just kind of in the cut, you know. but whenever I do get to know somebody, it's like I'm a lot more open, and I feel that way with everybody on here because we all have a common interest. So that's automatically a thing for us, you know. So I'm always I can talk to everybody on here a lot easier. Yeah, but normally I'm just like quiet.
Look at Jay the Shooter. Let me find out Mr. Wood got media training.
Yeah, from you, Jay. Always forcing me to be in the camera. I don't want to be in the camera. Yeah.
Man, Jay be on it, boy. You like, what's up, Jay? Hey, what's up, brother? You know what I'm saying? He ready to go. Like,
yeah.
But like when you talk to him on the phone or something, he's like real. He's laid back, but he still talks really fast. He talks fast, bro. Sometimes
he's a fast talker.
For a second and let it process. Like, what the hell did he just say?
He's trying not to waste time, you know. He can't afford to waste time. He has to get that out now.
Man, that dude he'll go through stuff so fast, dude. When you talking to him. It's like, damn, bro, am I listening slow? Is he just talking really damn fast?
Yeah, he's a fast talker.
But yeah, he definitely, I definitely appreciate, FFL Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all haven't tried it. I got a link in the description of all my videos. Go check out that FFL Elite. I got the link on my website as well, and the links in the affiliates tab. This brother, man, I used the course to go through my FFL process, and I think it's going to save me a lot of headache because a lot of the stuff that they were going to want and need, I already had it done, and I included it in the packet when I sent it to them. So those are steps that I don't have to worry about them coming back asking me, well, you need to do this, you need to do that, because I proactively did it based off of what I got out of the course. So that course is dope, man.
Yeah.
So if y'all haven't done it, do it. You covered because he got you on his FFL, so that's dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did take the course too, and it's very straightforward. Very straightforward. Definitely. Like it's not any kind of it's not too like you're not being thrown a whole bunch of information. It's straightforward. It's like this is your first step. This is the next step. This is what you might have to deal with. Like it's good.
Yeah, and see, since my my living situation changed in the middle of me going through the process. I had to change up some stuff on my paperwork, but it worked out as a blessing for me because I have a space now to where I can store everything, put all my safes, whatever.
Yeah.
I got my security system installed and everything, and I don't have to have it off site. So it worked out as a blessing. And we didn't buy this house; we rented this house, but it was cool because the landlord's a gun guy, and so he was cool when we were using this address for my FFL. So it worked out real good. Yeah, so God was working, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta let go and let God, man. He'll take care of you. You just gotta move out the way and let him do what he do. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tend to do, man. I just let him do what he do. Let him drive the car. I just sit back and ride. And apparently that's what you're doing, man, because you making moves out here. But there's a song I always tell people it's something 5, Maroon 5, making moves like Jack. I always tell people they're making moves like Jack. And I'm proud of seeing my people out here doing their thing, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad. I'm glad, and that's what I like about RGG, because I'm glad with the unity.
Yeah, the
Joe Jackson on me. No.
Look, I'm not talking too fast. You listening slow. Yeah, man. So we definitely had a good time on here tonight. What you say right here, Jay? What Jay say? Fast talkers run the world. They don't even have to make sense. That's true.
That's true. That's true. I've met a lot of people that are saying nothing, but they say it fast, and you're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, look at our president. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh man. But man, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta this beverage I've been drinking over here is talking to me. And so I have to leave this seat for a minute.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed this. Everybody, y'all been very active, talking to my brother, cutting up in the chat. I love seeing that camaraderie in the chat, man, seeing everybody enjoying each other. Go ahead and shout out them social media platforms one more time for them.
So it's on YouTube, just like you see it here, Mr. Wilk. And on Instagram, it's Mr. Wilk _firearms. And that's just the only two that I'm on. Just Instagram and YouTube.
All right. And he's gonna be on YouTube promoting Instagram and Instagram promoting YouTube. He finna make this happen.
Yeah, I'll cross him.
Well, man, brother, is there anything else you got coming out that you can talk about that you want to throw out there real quick for him? Nah.
All surprises.
He like, nah, them classified.
Well, I already kind of mentioned the 20 round magazine for the 50 AE, but like I said, that's giving me issues. So it's kind of sitting there. That I already released so many teasers on it that everybody kind of knows it exists, but it's just not running that great. So give me a little bit more time with that one. Hopefully it'll be ready when we go to Nashville. Otherwise, the factory mags, they work just fine. They work just great, and it's just as fun. So,
yeah, man, I can't wait to check it out, man.
Yeah,
but I hope y'all enjoyed everything tonight. And like I said, dude, anytime you in here and you want to jump in, just say drop the link, brother. I got you.
All right,
my man. Appreciate you coming through, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. And we out this camp. Be blessed.
All right.
Stay dangerous. Deuces.
See y'all.